Yo, what's going on, y'all? We live and direct. This is a special interview because I got our guest. This is part 2. Emirj right here. I got him with me. So we doing it live in the studio. You know what I mean? This is Emirj, aka
your brother.
Yeah, aka my brother.
We finally here, y'all.
Yeah, we here.
But no, aka I was Don Liberace. I do a lot of different names like a Cool Keith, like, or Redman, Reggie Know was Don Liberace, Emirj, Stewie Newcomb, all my past names. My last recent name I was using was Don Liberace. Of course, is Emirj, Emirj.
Right.
On walls, Emerge. Mm-hmm. Not that I feel like I keep going through all this, but basically,
no, you have to. That's all. Yeah.
They was all different projects. It's an album, a Smarty McFly album. It's a or songs are put together. Yeah. They kind of blended into the Don Liberace album, and I had the epiphany. People was coming at me so much about, was Liberace gay or was he not? I got it for the flamboyancy of it and a ridiculous. It was a comedy name, like a Don. How you gonna be a Don of a mob thing named Liberace? To me, I don't know. It was funny and it was working. It was catching on. People were feeling it.
Right.
When I first came out with it, I was Chase Fontaine. Recently, it's Maxxi-Mil-lion. Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about the Maxxi-Mil-lion. I remember you broke that down. Yeah,
I gotta figure out an album for that. All right, now that we got through all that crap.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna go into first of all, anybody out there throw up oh, there you go, my man.
I take my monikers very seriously, brother. And I know them too. I know them too. Now that I think about it.
Who?
Amun and them. I know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay, they go
Lost in the Babylon. Lost in the Babylon. Know y'all. Yeah, we was just talking about y'all.
In the vibe sound.
I remember that.
K-Mac on there now.
I remember that.
I mean? Boom. We're gonna do K-Mac. I'm getting you ready. Don't worry, we coming. That's K-Mac. That's my brother right here. Emirj. Yeah. So I know last week y'all heard some joints. But we gonna go into I'm gonna go into one of your cuts right now, and then we're gonna get into some of the interviews. But I just want to refresh y'all again. So we're gonna go into some joints real quick.
Piano.
Oh wait,
bow tie rap.
Grand piano.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into that. What was that? That was on SoundCloud, right? So whoever's joining us right now, I know K-Mac is in the house. This is our rappers and artists you never heard of. This is episode 8, part 2 of with Emirj, aka Don Liberace.
Some of y'all actually might have heard of me, especially in Philadelphia. It's like, no, that was just right. No, I'm a rapper you never heard of.
Right. Yeah, what? No, they might have, because at the same time,
I'm an MC.
Right.
I'm an MC. I gotta put that out there.
Right. So we on that. Yeah, exactly. You see what he said? You see what K-Mac?
Hi, mommy. Hi, everybody.
You see what K-Mac said?
He do graph. Yeah, I used to do that too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We're going to get into that. Well, you want to talk about your squad?
ATS.
Yeah.
Lost True Soldiers. Always taking. All-time spray. It's a lot of different stuff.
Well,
all that S is, okay, I ain't want to say it. All that shit, basically, ATS. That's what it really is.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Now, who was
Snooker, shout out.
That's what I'm about to
shout
ask
out Free Snooker, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Save the Captain, El Capitan, or the El Capitan Saga, no matter how you look at it. That's what they had the argument about. I say Save is the leader, but you know what I'm saying? Saga's still my brother. I love him to death. You know what I mean? It's between them, the toss-up. From Raising School, Ephraim, me, him. And I even throw AJ in there, but it's on all the peoples. Shout out, yeah, there's a lot of y'all, yo. Cass, Brax.
How did the ATS start? Because I don't know that story.
I don't even know the story. Like I joined it. I know it's between Sade and Saga, or even Sade and somebody. My man Pat Raspy. It's a lot of us. Like it started like somewhere in Kappa when we was back in Kappa.
That far back.
And they was writing, and I got into it, but we gonna play the music so we can.
Yeah. No, I was just, since you mentioned,
I don't want to go far into when I used to write graffiti and breaking the law on the walls.
No.
trying to be an ancient Egyptian scribist, I put messages at the time. I was Muslim when I was younger. So I was like, okay, they bombed Saddam Hussein. And I was like, I'm going to put it on the walls. Free him. Don't do this. Hands off of Iraq and all this kind of stuff. And all of that. So I was writing it in those times. But I always admired Rando Money is who Estro, Rando Money, and whoever the dude that used to do the Dr. Doom real big on the trains when I was a kid, watching that, and Mr. Blint. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people I watched when I was young.
Right.
Yeah.
Rando Money.
Shout out Cornbread. Rando Money, yeah. We both got stories about him.
Yeah, Rando Money. You, K-Mac, I know you remember Rand. And wasn't he up there? No, you from North
No,
Philly.
Rand 52nd Street, 46th Street.
Right.
He did the joint with the Spider-Man. You wouldn't even know. It's totally obliterated now. So if you didn't have the picture, obliterated.
Matter of fact,
if you didn't have the pictures.
Eric took a picture of it.
Eric did take the picture. They didn't die with him? No. Oh, my goodness. Yo, I was looking for that for years. Look at this, man.
Yeah, that's the 46th
This is
Street
a beautiful
project.
artist, man.
Yeah, that was Rando Money.
Rando Money. This was 46th Street Projects. Anybody from West Philly that tunes in, we don't have a lot of people out there.
Oh, you got ICP, yeah.
This
they're going to look at Trevor.
Gucci.
They're going to Trevor up there, too. Trevor Flash up there.
Trevor Flash.
Yeah. The legendary Trev. Yeah,
I know. B-Force?
Yeah, B-Force, yeah.
So we was young, but this lasted beyond its years. Like this, you could see what year it was.
Right.
But this is all the way up in like 1989 or almost. No, this was 90. This was almost 2000. It took a long time to get took down. But it was put there in like 86 or something.
Yeah.
And that's one he used to draw Spider-Man on the wall on 46th Street.
Yeah.
They said they gave him a Mickey one time. He went a little crazy. That's the story I heard. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to get into watching people like him and watching my brother, and he would tell me you can't draw graffiti. I remember telling me that.
I remember that.
Because I tried to draw a cobra snake, the little details in the in the scales that he had and all this, and I'm taking forever. My brother's like, you would have got locked up if you was trying to do that. So I always was like, maybe I can't do that. So I stayed away from it. Had lived a Islamical life. No abstinence from sex, all that kind of stuff, all the way up till I was like 17. I was like strict. I didn't want to do any illegal activity anywhere. Wow. And then hip hop impacted me so strong, and all my other friends was doing it. They was Muslim, Said, and all them. They kind of got Islamic after we used to talk to each other. They got into that, and they would do it. I was like, all right. Eventually, I got to get busy.
Right.
Nah,
that's because even though we brothers, the twist I always say, you wind up doing your thing. You do your separate thing outside of 42nd Street, 42nd Ogden, down the bottom, whatever. You go your way, and then I'm doing what I'm doing, but sometimes you don't know what your younger brother is doing. You know what I mean? So that's why it's deep. I can't really tell his hip hop story. And so this is all the elements. But
when they started going to war with the Muslims and stuff at that time, like before I got knowledge of self, I was like I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it until when I saw this book right around the same time as I was coming into the knowledge and fighting a jihad. On my way of doing it was on walls. I read a paper in the I think it was the Vibe, that was saying that it was pale Arabs that had the Sudanese slaves. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe it because I was like, hold on, I never heard of nothing like this, where the slaves were so-called Muslims and the masters were so-called Muslims.
Right.
So that's what I was like, yo, I can't be a part of something where they disrespecting my people. I don't care what they try to call it under.
Right.
I me personally, everybody do their thing. I more see any type of spiritual hierarchy to come from my people, it would have to come from my people. Right. That's only logic to me.
Right.
A lot of people, they kill you for talking that, but they don't know themselves, because we've had Christianity, we've had Islam, we've had everything, and we still under the system of white supremacy. It's like nothing really works. So what works? How can y'all really argue about it? Every other group, they'll team together. He might be a rabbi, this guy may be an atheist, this guy, but they're like, look, what do we have in common? Well, we're all Indo-Chinese, or we're all, Europeans. This is our bond. What we have. They'll figure way past it. We'll be arguing for days. And this is why you got church groups over here. You got these groups over here. But I don't want to talk spirituality.
Yeah.
I want to talk
that's
about
all
rap.
part of the hip hop.
I want to talk about rap. I want to talk about the next song. Yeah, because it's going to give me my mentality to go into the.
Nah, but it's all part of the.
But yeah, the hip hop and the breakdancing. I wasn't too good of a breakdancer. I could do the centipede. And when I see my brothers come around, they would call him Handmaster Hot. When they could spin on their hand and do all kinds of stuff like that. And I saw them like, hold up, if they could do it, I could do it. Like my real rap started kind of like this for me. One of the very first records I remember we having was and we had this conversation. One of the first records I remember us having was Curtis Blow and Michael Jackson Off the Wall. And you could get them from Pathmark. Right. And I think he said Joy was getting them. I thought my dad brought it home. Yeah. But I would hear that. And my mom told me what scratching was. And this is what DJs do, and it's called scratching. And I was like, oh.
Mommy told you that?
My mom told me that. Okay. So, like, I knew they did stuff outside. I knew something was going on. I was still kind of too young to really go out or have... My opinion of music is whatever my dad played for me and what my family played. I did have songs I liked, but it was a wide range. Like Author's Theme, and that was a movie. I used to love that song. But it's the lights of New York City. Oh, yeah. The best that we could do. This is to show you how you old. Anyway.
Right.
So get into the real deal. I took and listened to those records. Right. My cousin Boone and my cousin Daoud used to rap. They knew how to rap when they would come around. But my first learnings of it was that. It went from that to my brother getting into rap, him getting into rap, Hot getting into rap. And like, before I really heard that, because I ain't seen my cousins in a long time, so before I knew they could rap, I go in the kitchen and like, the Roxanne Wars was out. So we start liking that. Like years later, you know, Roxanne came out. First record, Curtis Blow. Michael Jackson, Curtis Blow. That's what I learned with rapping. Like, oh, this dude can rap. Okay, so then like
now this is before.
That could be before Roxanne Shante. I'm saying Rappers Delight might have been her. Like the first real song I remember is "We Are Family," Sister Sledge in the car with my Uncle Philip. Okay, at a family function or a funeral we went to, and we was listening to this is how long this was. I think I was in the era of 8-tracks because I swear we was listening to Richard Pryor in the car, and that had to be an 8-track. Probably because it was a tape, and it wasn't no tape player. It was an 8-track. Right, I remember that. Yeah. So it's like just telling y'all go back. You know what I mean? So like coming up into the Roxanne Wars. That's all my brother would listen to, and Roxanne, everybody in the whole family, but in the house. So when she came back with the answer. We in the kitchen, and somebody was cooking eggs or whatever they was cooking. I remember the radio was on the stove at the time, and Hawk said, "Yo, listen to this." And I heard her, and I thought she was a dude. Oh yeah, I thought she was a little boy. Right. With her voice, I was like, damn. In my mind, like, damn, that little boy can rap. Like, damn. Even though it's saying Roxanne, I don't think I'm foolish. To me, it sounded like a little boy. Right. And I thought in my mind that was the point where I was like, I could probably do this. Like, I could probably rap. Right. But I ain't telling nobody. I wasn't really a cool dude. So like, I ain't saying nothing about it. I held it to myself. My cousin comes over rapping or beatboxing. My cousin Daniel. Then my cousin Daoud, he's rapping good. Yeah. I think my brother was trying to rap or was rapping. I was doing more DJing. I was freestyling and DJing at the time. But before it even got to the point, because you didn't get to the DJ set yet. No, that's just before it even got to that point. I heard, and I had a corny rap. I said, "You get your pants from France, you can't even dance." That's the first line. No, that's all I said. Everybody got their first raps, and they try to make it like. It was so high tech for its time and all that. Look, I had 2 words. So I could not rhyme. Right. That's what I said. Right. And then I start laughing. Right. And Daoud was just like going for a long time. We was on the bunk beds. I'm just listening like, damn, like, how is this possible? I'm gonna figure out how you do this. But it wasn't all the way until I got like 17. To like, I was still writing rhymes and stuff and writing graffiti and doing art and watching Inspector Gadget, whatever came on TV, they know I would turn into either the black version or try to draw it.
Yeah.
And like,
I remember that expected
so
stuff. Yeah.
We had friends, Darnell, Shonda, Julius, his brother, all of their family. Yeah, they come around the block with this young dude, their nephew named Vance. Vance come to me. He come to the porch. He was a very charismatic guy. I don't know if you remember. Very charismatic dude named Vance. Oh, he looked like Tupac. Right. The hair dyed at the top. The brown was dyed at the top, ahead of his time. Because I think he came. It would always be people to bring new flavor to West Philly, and come around the way with their vibe, and people start latching on to it. Right.
What year?
Vance. Yo, peace, Bawa. That's Bawa, the native son. Bawa, you was gonna be in this joint soon too.
Yeah, he already knows.
But look,
but go ahead. What year are we talking? What year around?
When by the time Vance came, it was close to the 90s by that time.
Okay.
So I was already a dancer. Let's put it that way. I was dancing. Right. Learn how to do. I learned how to do centipede is all I could do in breakdancing. So I sucked it. I couldn't do breakdance. I was like, I'm going to do something to be a part of hip hop. Right. I gotta master something because I'm not good. I'm good at a little bit of stuff, but I can't master nothing. Mm-hmm. So then street dancing came out. Right. I couldn't pop. So by the time street dancing and like that went not all the way up to kid and play, but close to the kid and play time, I had all the dances. Yeah, I could jump on my knees like Sammy Davis Jr. and all them. Because I would do that and then they would always joke, jump on your knees, and I realized, they clowning me. Because I'm doing stuff that I seen on TV from the early 60s. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the neighborhood, like the neighborhood people. Yeah. But it saved me a couple parties. I did that, and the only thing I had equal to that move was the jumping through your foot.
Oh yeah. To hold your joint.
Kid and play. Yeah. I mastered that. So anytime somebody needed that done, I could do it. Go through both. That's when you jump through your foot. You hold your first part of your foot and then you jump through. All right, that's a whole nother story. Get into this rap thing. Okay. So I knew I could have something with the Roxanne Shante stuff. Mm-hmm. Update. My young boy comes around, Vance. Vance is like, yo, real charismatic. He could have been an actor. He would know how to act like a Frenchman. He knew how to do accents, all kinds of stuff. Right. For his age, he was too fast. Right. He even had an almost grown woman pregnant at the time. Right. Or he was dating a grown. He was too fast. He was only 14.
He was a young boy, but one of those
fast young boys. So he said, look, man.
Right.
You when we rapped on the porch and did a little thing, I tried to rap or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, but I can't go off my head. Hold that, man. Come to my crib. I come to his crib. He got drums downstairs. Right. That's the first time I ever, and this is before the Roots, that I ever seen them. I'm like, you can rap with a drum? I'm like, don't you got like the rap stuff? He's like, look, we're going to do it the raw way. Right. And he drummed and I was rapping. I just learned how to rap right then and there. Right. I learned how to say stuff off my head since probably watching it from different people for so long. I got good at that beatbox and all that. Boom. It was nothing. So now look. That's the first time I freestyled in Darnell's basement.
That I didn't know. See, this is a whole nother joint that I didn't know. Yeah. Speaking of that, they go Shonda Ray, ain't that Shonda?
See, yeah.
Oh, she on her.
Because I just told her, I told her that. Right. I messaged her that, like, yo, she ain't know that, but yeah, that's what happened. Okay. And then a sad thing happened. We got in the up Couch Creek Park. They tried to dip on him. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's because he moved, but some racist bulls tried to attack him. You know what I mean? But he was so talented.
And this is So that's now taking after you got your rhyme style and you got down. When did it? And they go Shonda right there.
Yeah, hey,
is that Shonda? Yeah,
yeah.
That's one of our neighborhood friends we talking about. Her brother Darnell.
Peace. And definitely Darnell was like the champion of the block. He took up for a lot of people who didn't really like bullies. He was like a good big older brother type. That was one of my brother's friends. Like we was weird around our way because that was the only neighborhood you would see. Everybody literally knew everybody. It wasn't like that's your friend, that's your friend. Yeah. They might be my brother's friend asking about my brother the whole time. They used to call me Professor. Yeah. Rodney made that name up. Because I always asked all these
they called Rodney Jazz.
Intriguing questions.
Yeah. They called Rodney. But
I thought that was a new thing.
What?
Jazz.
Jazz is new, but we know Rodney is Rodney, like, you know what I'm saying?
What song should we play?
No, hold up. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
So, with all that said, because we just went right in. Being brothers, you kind of, certain questions you ain't got to ask, he know, and he just going right in. I'm gonna play y'all. We played stuff last week, but now that my brother's here, he can go into giving you reasons behind this joint. So everybody that's on here, who's that? We got Trevor Flash. Now, real quick, I'm gonna just say this about Trevor Flash. That's
the real Trevor Flash?
Yeah, Trevor Flash from the Beef.
From the Mighty, I'm the singing MC. Not singing MC Breeze. But yeah, C-Fly. The boy used to do the lights back in the day. The Mighty B-Force. I remember them.
I remember them.
I was young watching y'all when I was young.
Exactly.
Definitely, that was them boys.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, I mean, these are
On the Move. I got my On the Move people in here.
Those were staple, real quick, those were staple people in our neighborhood. Yeah. Those Trevor Flash, C-Fly, all these guys. Yes. You got to understand, we know the other hip hop guys.
These are people that started out like from my aspect. After doing that,
right.
I always heard about Jazzy Jeff on 99 before I even heard who the Fresh Prince was.
Right.
With DJs was the thing.
Right.
Like not MCs even in Philly.
No, really.
But we also used to get the up top knowledge because we'd go to New York. This stuff is coming from New York. And people in Philly literally talked about New York. And I know a lot of people had cars. It's like, y'all can't, it's 2 hours away. They talk about it like it was a castle on a mountain millions of miles away. Right. Where this came from? New York, man. You don't got this. Like, Fat Laces in Philly, they was called New Yorkers.
Right, exactly.
He got New Yorkers. They called my brother in New York.
Yeah, they used
Where your brother in New York.
Right.
Like that, he's a whole other state.
West Philly, 47.
Yeah, we from West Philly. I was born in Germantown.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, we all was intrigued by New York. But Philly was so in depth.
I didn't know nothing about Germantown till I got older. That's when I found out about Germantown. But I'm going to fast forward them into rapping started to be a thing for me. Then when I went to school,
let's get into that.
We hit the tables. We hit the lunchroom tables.
Let's cut that for 1 minute. Now, we're going to get into...
battling and eating niggas up. Like,
we're going to get into... Emirj. Once again, y'all, this is rappers and artists you never heard of. This is my guest, my brother, Emirj, a.k.a. Don Liberace. Now, we're going to get
into... A.k.a. Maxxi-Mil-lion, actually.
Right. And Superstar.
No, just Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Oh, you don't use that?
No, I'm Maxxi-Mil-lion from here on out.
So, this is a cut we're going to play. It's called The Grand Piano, right?
Yeah, we can play the grand piano.
We're going to play that, and we just want y'all to listen and hear it, and then I'm going to get into,
I'll try to
explain the whole deal. Let's check it out, y'all.
I hope it's all right. I might be tripping on this, John.
Hold on. I got to make sure, okay, the Bluetooth is straight. Let's get into it. Let's make sure. Give me a second, y'all. I got to make sure this Bluetooth is on this. Give me a second. But, y'all, this is rappers and, artists you never heard of.
Mario.
Interview. This is this is episode 8, part 2 of this particular joint. So we're gonna get into this joint right here, and this is called The Grand Piano. So let me I'm just setting it up. Hold on, y'all, and we're gonna get into it. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on, y'all. I gotta set it up on my Bluetooth. I don't know. Hold on. We ain't even gonna get into that. So this is rappers and artists you never heard of. We're gonna get into this right here. Just stay tuned. Hold on. Stay with us real quick. We're gonna get it. I just wanna alright. We're gonna get into this. I wanna make sure this is
Bluetooth mode.
Alright, here we go. Bluetooth mode. And let's see. I don't know why it's not working. Hold on.
Can they hear that part?
No, they gonna hear it. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. Hold on.
Can they hear that part?
No, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
They can't even hear that part.
All right, hold on, y'all. We coming. I know it's a little technical joint, but it ain't nothing. I'm gonna get into it.
Vern Vizzy.
All right. Talk to the people. You can talk to the people real quick. So, thanks y'all for tuning in. Just give us a second. I'm trying to make sure.
Vern Volumes, y'all.
I'm trying to make sure this is on. I don't understand.
Fly shirts keeping the deuce fresh.
Yeah, I don't understand why this.
Never a tremendous MC.
So,
you got a lot of. Look,
all right.
I'm proud that at least I got this much blast from the past popping in.
Yeah. So once again, rappers and artists you never heard of. We're on air. I'm just having a little technical joint, but this ain't nothing but a Bluetooth type situation. So just give me, if y'all could just hold tight. And this is Rappers and Artists You Never Heard Of. This is episode 8. I'm trying to reach 10 before I start with another joint. Give me a second. Just give me a second. You can talk to the people real quick until I get this straight. I don't know why.
Okay, like I want to cover now certain people that pop in here. It makes me think of more successful times. We did worldwide music, so to speak, which was the people's kind of music with the magazines. You want me to get into the
let me ask you this while I'm working
magazine?
on this. Let me ask you this. So you talked about the hip hop and when you started rapping and when you started freestyling.
Mm-hmm.
When did the so you freestyle? When did the time come when you were at Kappa, or when did the South Street? When did you make that
I could get into that. I wanted to get into that slowly, but surely, because I wanted to say after all of that, that was still at the same time I met Vince. That was the time I met Jay from up the street.
Okay,
Jay Tay and them.
Okay,
so I met Jay, became my dance partner. I would have dance partners.
Right.
I had early rap partners, Shelliano from West Philly.
Okay. Yeah,
right. These became, he was a rapping boy. He was almost like a G-Rap.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like still early at that time, I was going to high school, didn't get to high school yet. So when I got to high school, it was a good high school. Then I went into Belmont School.
What high school?
Drew School.
Okay.
All the schools I was going on into when I was in a middle school called Drew School. Because my mom got me out of Belmont School, got me into a more like upper educated kind of a school that you had to have good grades to maintain to stay in.
Right.
But it also, Walnut Center, Drew School,
right,
and University City and Community College was the path. I had a teacher tell me this in there. He told us like, now y'all here, but you could go to any school if you get your grades up that you want. He said, please, I don't mind if you do the normal thing and you can go to this high school right here, but you guys see how that's going, right? People laughing. Because it was a joke. Even to us, even at our young age, we knew that was like a pitiful school.
Right.
Like, so it was like, our school had more accolades around the city than they did.
Okay. Right.
As like they had a football team. Maybe they was kind of good. I don't mean to crap on uni, but uni wasn't the goal. And our teacher made that point. And I thought about that real hard. Like, hold up, maybe I can be something. I always wanted to be a pediatrician. Because I interviewed a pediatrician and got a good grade on it and learned everything about being a pediatrician.
Oh, you
and my teacher was like, yo, look, she embarrassed me, class. Jeremiah wants to be a pediatrician. He can't even come to class late. And he can't even come to school on time. What do we think about that? You didn't even have to put the whole class on me.
Right.
And that made me be like, all right, I can't do it. I'm an idiot. You know, I didn't realize until later growing up and seeing these different stories, tons of stories like this is about our people.
Right, right.
And I never realized, I thought it was just me. Like, I'm like, hold up. They actually try to make people not think they can succeed.
Now, this is in what
This
class?
is in Drew.
Oh, in
school.
Drew.
I don't remember the teacher.
Now, where's Drew at?
What could have been Miss Scott, who I didn't like, and I
For the people that
I caught her smoking weed in school. And my dad would make letters and stuff to them. And one teacher, Dr. Clark, loved my dad. My dad was so vicious as an artist. Yeah. He did late letters. Fancy. And because I was late, I wouldn't get kicked out. I wouldn't go to detention because they just would be like, his dad is such a great artist. I know he's late, but you know, so but it played out after a while with this teacher, Miss Scott, because I caught her smoking weed in the bathroom. And she used that against me all the time. You didn't see nothing. I ain't see nothing. She gripped me up and everything.
You knew how not to snitch.
I know. So like Miss Scott, so she would always be with the what they call the bookmans of the building. What do they call a bookman?
Oh,
like the janitors.
The janitor, yeah.
Yeah, so like
the bookmans. Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yo. So I get out of that situation through all the turmoil that I had in that damn school. Right. I made my grades from F's because when I went to Bach. Right. To try to see if I could get in Bach because all the stuff my brother told me. Met his teacher, Mr. Journer, that he was the guy telling us how great it would be to be in the art programs there. Right. I don't know how I didn't get. I was like, yo, I'm going to either get here because that way my brother's there. Right. And if I could get there, I could go up the street to where my sister used to go to school at Kappa. I would be in. Right. I wanted to. Somehow I planned that out. Both of that ping pong. Right. So right the next day, I had to go to Kappa. Went to Kappa. They like, oh, this is George. My sister mainly got me in. I don't remember. I was class of 92 in Kappa. So whatever year I went in the 89 or something like that.
It had to be 89.
88, whatever. Right. So, all right. This time you got videos like the vapors coming out.
Right.
All this. I'm doing my artwork. Mm-hmm. My teacher, you got to draw fruit on the table. You got to draw different things.
Right.
To be considered on a level that they can even train you.
Right. To
be there. Some dudes were straight geniuses. So when I went there, I didn't think I was as good. Because in public school, I was always one of the top artists.
Okay.
It was easy in public school. But, because they always discouraged drawing too. Even my friend Javon Kearney, he went from Belmont, went to Belmont, he was gone. Mm-hmm. When I popped up in Drew, he was in Drew. Right. I'm like, damn, that's my man from Belmont. So we went all the way through to Drew, and he was like, yo, man, we went Belmont together, we go Drew together. You might as well go see if you can get in Kappa with me. That's another thing. Right. So we both tried to go. We both went. I do the artwork of the fruit and all that. They said, this is good. And one of the teachers, Mr. Corey, he was like, so your sister went here, Joy. She was a very good student. At that point, they stopped our lesson. They bring all of the people that told me that I was Joy's brother, like she was a celebrity in there. Right. All the teachers is coming to meet me. Miss Silva, all these different teachers. Right. That was the drama teacher. Oh, you're Joy's little brother? Oh, right. Well, that would be great if you could get in. And I felt like I was in right then and there. I was like, I got to figure out how to get in here because they ain't do this for nobody else. Right. And they came to me, so they said, look, let's look at your portfolio. Right. And Mr. Corey said, look, you're doing pretty good. I like what you do. If you draw this live right here, and then we like what we see in your portfolio, Bluetooth, I'd say you're in. I was like, for real? All right, so boom. So then they took my drawing. One of my drawings I had in my book was not Madonna, Mona Lisa. Right. I tried to draw Mona Lisa. Right. But I had dirty cream colors. Right. So she came out looking black. So then they was like, did you make a black Mona Lisa? And they started getting all happy about it. I was up there like a black Mona Lisa. He's like, you tried to make her African American, right? I was like, yeah. You just agreed. A lot. Right. They was like, this guy's a genius. Right. We want this guy, all this. I don't know if they call me a genius, but they was like, this is incredible. They was passing it to everybody. Right. A black Mona Lisa. Oh, so you intentionally does it. Yeah. Like I was deep or something. Right. And they got me in there. Wow. And my teacher that I caught smoking the weed, she was like, I don't know how some of these things happen. Looking at our papers. Right. So-and-so, uni, so-and-so, Bach, so-and-so, this school. I'm sitting down, Javon Kearney, Kappa. She's like, Jeremiah, Kappa. Boom. Right, like she was mad as hell. Right. I was high. We jumping up and down. Right. Javon started beatboxing. We start freestyling right in class. Wow. So that's another time when we just came freestyling. Yo, he could beatbox. We start rhyming right in class. It was back in those type of days. Right. Beating on the table was a big thing. Because I could talk about when I got kicked out of Kappa. After only serving a year, which going there with Boys II Men, going there with Say, going there with Black Thought from the Roots, going there with Amir Thompson. Right. Like, you had Amir in there. By the time you get in there, it's a type of school where it's so fun, it's easy to get kicked out. Right. Wow. You have so much fun. The teachers, there's no real bearing on teacher-student because, like, the teachers, I think they was having affairs with some of the students. It was just like, you go to lunch with a teacher, you go talk, there was I think our time, I could be wrong, was the only time freshmen really got along with seniors. Oh, right. Because it was almost like it wasn't, they looked at us like babies, our babies or whatever, right? We wanted them. We wanted to be like them. Right. We just didn't want to be nutty freshmen. Right. We had a group called Fresh Ass Men Fam, me, my man Devin, and it was a graffiti group / they had these the Joker pants was out famous then. Right. Hammer kind of was going out. They had something called Skids. The ones that Jack Nicholson wore in the movie. Yeah, that was pop. Everybody we was going to wear them. Right. We was going to go to Move Up Day. We was going to be dancers. And we wanted to rap, but they was like, you're getting too much in this rap and all this other stuff. You got to worry about. They wasn't with it. Your lessons. You got to learn about your stuff. They said, class, Jeremiah's talking about Move Up Day, but he's moving out. Right. They actually said that. Now, you had to try to save me. Mm-hmm. I switched electives to singing. So I was learning how to sing. And Emirj would be on the piano and he was like, A-B-A-I-O-T-U, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And he was doing all that.
Right.
So Reek at that time, the type of dude, you'd be like, yo, do G-Rap. He was older than me. I ain't never really know him. I knew Emirj. I didn't even know him.
Right.
Like, he was a different guy, like haircuts.
Right.
Gazelles, not all the natural type stuff.
Right.
Like a straight up B-boy.
Like a regular round the way type.
Round the way boy, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's deep.
But he always seen me in the parking lot. So after I graduated, after they told me I was moving out of there, I got kicked out. I had to go back to uni.
Right.
For some bully situation in the school. Chucks, I feared, I ran on. And they come to summer school with me.
Right.
These dudes actually followed me to my new school.
Right. These are your clique, your crew.
Yeah, but like I said, Boys to Men, all these people went to that school. A lot of famous people.
Time.
Yeah, went to the school at this time. And they had a infatuation for the freshmen and seniors.
Right.
Our year was such a special time to me. Right. Like we had Fame, a movie, a TV show that was about my school, which made my sister go there, which made me be like, boys didn't really have a good rapport, but it was the options was getting small, and I had to go and do something about my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So now I'm gonna see if this plays. Oh, that's the past life, John. Hold up. I'm trying to see if this plays. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. We're gonna get it together.
Elder Ben.
I don't understand.
Why you can't play it from your phone?
Because you can't hear it. I don't understand why this is playing. But here we go, y'all. We here once again. This is Rappers, and I don't understand why this is not on. I don't understand. It plays any other time. Rappers and artists y'all never heard of.
Bluetooth mode.
This is episode 8. Okay, and this is Emirj, aka Don Liberace. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to play this. I don't know why I can't. Just keep playing on this. I don't understand. Hold on.
Well, we could probably play that after the show.
No, I want to play it now. But if I can't do it, so alright, so you at Kappa, right?
Right.
Now what happens after Kappa? What happens? Are you where did you wind up graduating from?
In Kappa, I sharpened up my rhyme skills too. Because in there, it was nothing but artists. Lethal Assault. Everybody was artists. My best friend in there was a drug dealer. Right. Like, used to wear sweatpants and stuff. Now, funny story about that. When I'm going to Kappa, something came on the news, on TV. It was an interview with Run DMC, and they said, real B-boys shop off the Ave. You want to be a real B-boy, you shop off the Avenue.
Now, what is this?
I go to my brother. This is just some show that came on, and they had it could have been the one where Run DMC battled Kumo D on the show or something. Mm-hmm. Some rock show with some host. Right. Graffiti Rock, I think it was called, right?
Right. Oh, okay.
So what the boss said was, he said that real B-boy, DMC said real B-boy shop off the Ave.
Right.
I told my brother that. Hawk was like, they not probably talking about Lancaster Ave. Not our Ave, because that joint, the clothes selection is terrible. Right. I ain't really know what class was just yet anyway.
Right.
So like, dang, that's crazy. Johnny Depp set to pay millions to his wife. Right. So like, I go on the Ave. As soon as I find out I get accepted to Kappa, tell my mom. My mom gives me money. I'm giving you money. This is ironic. Well, not ironic, but this is weird. This is true story. Take the money, go get you something presentable to wear to school. Mm-hmm. Okay. I go to the Ave. The Chinese people used to bootleg whatever came out popular. It was a shirt that came out, which years later, you'll find out, is Brother Man Comics designer Guy Sims made this, the original design. It was a B-boy, you probably remember, maybe you don't. He had a Master Lock chain on with a Kango kind of hat. Mm-hmm. He was real big Brother Man, the character Brother Man. But basically before he came out as Brother Man, he was on a bootleg shirt. Right. So they had his sweatsuits called Get Paid. Mm-hmm. It was a Get Paid sweatsuit. Really, it was a bootleg Adidas sweatsuit. Remember they had the Adidas ones with the cakey print?
Right.
It was 3D coming out, and obviously it's not Adidas.
Right.
But you had to be a B-boy so that after a while, you could get this wearing that, but older people would buy it. So I was like, if the older people do it.
Right.
But I didn't realize these are people that'll knock you out. So you can't talk about them. But me, I'm still little, so like, when I got home, my mom was so mad, like, you look like a drug dealer. What are you? This is what you're going to wear to performing arts? People don't dress like that. They wear berets and trench coats. And so I was like, all right, damn. So I couldn't get my money back. So some kind of way I had to take it back. Like, dang, I couldn't go there. And as I go there looking like Freddie from Different World.
Right.
Like, I had on a beret.
Right.
Literally dressed like a French artist with a long trench.
Right.
Literally my big old art bag. I go in there. Everybody in there was on some hip hop sweatsuit stuff.
Right.
Some people was weird, super weird. Before goth even came out, they was like that in my school.
Right.
So when I seen that, I was like, oh, you can dress however you want in this joint. This ain't.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I would have been cool with the get paid sweatsuit.
Right.
So then I start, oh man, but not having a job in school is crazy.
Right.
So you had to be cool. You had to do something. So I was like, all right, I'm a rap. Because, dudes smoke cigarettes on the roof and all that. I'm a rap.
Right.
I thought we was the only thing in there. Because Reek was in there and they would always say, yo, he the boy that can rap like G-Rap. I never personally heard him rap.
Right.
But I knew people could say anybody and he could do them.
Right.
And kill it. And do his style, whatever, just be. He always would look at me some kind of way in the hallway, but I never interacted with him. So after we graduate, after I got kicked out, after I go to uni, this not working out.
Right.
I get a second chance in uni because I kind of was doing good in the art program with Mr. Sebastian. One terribly dope artist was Russell.
Right.
My homie Russell.
Right.
So Russell Williams, he comes in there and he did a nice painting of him in the 16 Chapel.
Right.
He got incredibly better in art. Like he got so good in art. By the time he was in there, and everybody kind of was looking at me like, damn, you should be in Kappa. Is where we want to do. I think even me and Russ at one point was going to try because he was like he didn't get accepted. Right. But the way his skill set was, I was like, hold up, like that's crazy. I messed it all up, and somebody who really could probably go from school with the grades, the whole thing. I was saying, so it was some kind of, and I was telling him I probably got in there because of my sister, for real,
being connected,
and because of my talent.
Right.
So like, let me make a long story short.
Yeah.
They had a school called the Governor's School for the Arts. Biggest school. A lot of people from America try to get into this school. And they said, if I do good in this school, in this program, I'll get to go back to Kappa. They told me that when I was in summer school at uni.
Right.
Pump faked on me.
Right.
Because I was getting better with my grades, but they was like, looks like you're going to be in uni in September. Because you don't seem like you're showing an effort.
Right.
I'm like, what? I'm trying my hardest that I can. The same bullies follow me from my school to that school. They not dealing with that. I got to deal with that. And see, this is another thing. At performing arts, there wasn't there was security and all of that. Even though we had Palumbo underneath us was a real bad school. And we had where my Aunt Putty lived with Eisenmenger Street. That was called Saigon, worst projects in South Philly.
Right.
So we had to battle Saigon students every day, go through all this. So I'm back in this program, the Governor's School. Got accepted into it. It's out, Erie, PA. Went out, Erie, PA. Mind you, by the time of high school, I meet Jay. We're a dancing team. And he told me, yo, man, you need to do political rap. Right. That's because we had a group called Down Sense Alpha. I was a Muslim rapper. He was a Christian rapper. Right. But we was good friends. So we came up with a dope song. He eats pork. Me, I'm not down with it. Wholesome milk. Guzzle it down with a bean pie. I say my Allah. I thank Allah and the whole Shirah. Something we came up with. And then he was like, look, man, you need to do political rap. He introduced me to the youngsters. He introduced me to, and who mentally gifted was ghostwriting for them. He introduced me to the idea of Tupac. Right. And when I heard him, I was like, because they rap the same. They had this rap that was like, when I'm coming straight through at such and such, and you might not knew. And I used to look at that like, how is that? That's not. It's about it's about Lord Finesse. Like, I couldn't accept it. But he made me listen to that whole album, made me appreciate Tupac. And I started seeing where the game was going.
All right, before that, before we get to that, not before we get to it, but before that, when you got into rap and you started doing that, you got the cabinet and stuff like that. When did you first start recording and who? Because I got a lot of notes I wanted to hit on. When was your first time that you experienced being in the studio and now you starting to write rap?
That's a good question. I remembered all this stuff and I didn't remember sitting there writing graffiti and writing rhymes. And going to I've been to so many studios.
Do you remember your first experience?
My first experience at a studio could have been near Schuler, around the corner from Schuler. Okay. Was this dude who knew Eve and all of them. He predicted that Eve was gonna come out. He predicted that he predicted a couple things, and he was trying to tell me where rap was gonna go. Right. First dude that had a computer that could scan, but it was in black and white. You know what I mean? All the early stuff.
All that early on.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I wrote in there. Right. You know what I mean?
Do you remember what you was doing? Was it who you was with?
Astor Davis was one of them's name. Astor Davis. And they just was like, yo, you could do logos for us, you could do this and this and that.
So did those interchange, like you doing art and doing lyrics and stuff? Did they interact with each other? Because you got so many levels of people that you was dealing with. You had your period where you was dealing with...
we had our group, we had Zoetic Funk Phyletic. Right. Because we just got to a point where my brothers, we came out with an idea of Lady and Gent. They did. Yeah. That was my brother and my sister. And then to spice it up, I guess I was starting to get old enough to hang around them. So it was, I mean, of course, we always been together ever since we was children. But it was a level, like you don't go out really with your older brothers and their family after they start going out off the block, off the neighborhood and out into the world. So they was offering me to be, and my dad came and sat us down. Yeah, y'all need to do this. We had these ideas a couple times, but we never acted on it. Right. I don't know if you remember, we had a group called Art we was going to do at one time, where we had the clothes, we had the ideas, I remember that. We wrote it down. We never did nothing, not even one song, not one idea. I remember. I guess it was more like looking at it since it was so many of us, you'd be something like the Jackson 5. But like, yeah, I wrote in a bunch of different places. Man, I want to go to the next question because I'm not getting into this. That's the people I met and the things that I did.
Well, the reason I'm getting into it because to me it was different levels in which you were, whether you was in groups, whether you was
being with Rafi, you know what I'm saying? That's son. What I was about to get into. Rafi was a electric, like I said, Daoud and Daniel, my cousin, they rap, but then when I saw Rafi rap, sweat coming out his face. He was like the Muslim Rakim. Right. That's how good he was to us. Rafi is Imam Shamsuddin's son from Claire Muhammad School, who was the best rapper like that we seen in West Philly for us. Right. So he was just like, yo, you gotta put your stuff together. He ain't never sit there and teach you how to rap. Right. He'd just rap in front of you.
He wasn't from West Philly.
And you learned it. Yeah. I said he was one of the best. Oh no, because he was in Claire Muhammad. He's from my area, I'm sorry. Yeah. But I was saying he was one of the best rappers I saw being in West Philly. But
so I also, I was going to say, you got different levels. Like now I'm getting into the people that were kind of known that you were in, whether you were dealing with them on a personal level or you were dealing with them some kind of way. So CB, that whole
Cool C, Steady B. How did you get involved? That's a good order to do it because those are the first popular rappers I did anything for. Malik, which was their manager, which was a Hilltop. He was up the Hilltop, 69th Street near the 32 Center. When you went there, like that's what I was saying about Rafi. Rafi was in the car freestyling the day they was going to do a video shoot. I got into some beef with some dudes in uni, curly tops or whatever. Some dudes, little bogus young people stuff
from around,
and they was to come and protect me and stop this from happening. Right. Some people that was older brothers that was Muslims that was cool with Rafi, and Rafi was like, "Look, we're in with Cool C and Steady B. from back in the day was coming to form a group called CEB. Mm-hmm. And they wanted Cat Counting Endless Bank. And they wanted artwork for them. They didn't care how, just get in there and play your part. So I got in there. They're like, well, you could do art. Well, maybe you could do this. Malik was the type of guy I tried to give everybody an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Ex-hood thug or whatever. But when it came to just showing love and embracing people, he was like incredible. He'll have Rough House Records on the phone. Right. He could talk to the Lear Cohens. He could talk to a bum in the street. Right. Whatever. Like he made you feel like you had some kind of significance around him. Right. Just don't be all up under him asking him nothing. Right. If you there, like, well, look, all right, go in my room. He leave everything to you. His guns is under the drawer. He trusts you and everything. Right. Look, don't do nothing. Just sit in there, wait for me to come up. Mm-hmm. Or what y'all was checking out, what y'all looked at. That kind of thing. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So then I'm like, oh man, this is the mob. What is this? Right. So like, draw some picket signs, which they wasn't too good. It's grainy in the video. Mm-hmm. But I got paid to draw all the picket signs for CEB. People saying they was protesting CEB for a video, which ended up, after it was edited, called Get the Point. Right. All of the people come there. The dudes that tried to jump me come there dressed like, what's the name of the dude from Jason? He had a Jason mask on his face. Right. And I'm like, I seen him after he took the mask off. Boy said, that's one of them? Just tell me it's one of them. I was like, I don't want you. You said enough. Mop! Dropped it. Really? Yeah, dropped the ball. Sinclair. Okay. So like, then they was like, look, when you can't have all this, you got to do these signs. Come over here with us. Right. Don't worry about them. You ain't got to worry about school, wherever they at. We already know who they are. Right. And we knew they was coming up here. Right. I don't know what kind of people these was. Because they was like, I was like, damn, maybe I got adults to handle a kind of childish problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it was like they wasn't playing when they said they was going to find out everything about these people. Mm-hmm. So then they had me draw that. I drew the CEB logo. The John wound up having Flav in the video, all this stuff. Right. It was pretty big for us. It was their comeback. You know what I mean?
And because to me that stuff led to a lot of stuff. To me, it seemed like after that, it just seemed like you started.
It was kind of dry, but I would try to do a little more for other MCs because after that was a production crew called. And I know now people probably leave because I'm not talking fast enough for the time we in. Everything gotta be,
No, no. Just
so like all I'm saying is
come in and out. I'm not
Hollywood and Thomasina was the plug for Wu-Tang. They knew. She said she knows Power and the old hat Freedom. Right. The God Freedom, and they was like, yeah, they're gonna hook you up with Power. We want you to talk to Freedom, and we want you to do a backdrop. What can you do for them? I was trying to do, I don't know if you remember that around that time. Mm-hmm. I was trying to do everything for them, and every time they would come, whether they accepted the stuff or not, Hollywood and Thomasina got paid some kind of way, which I wish I could out middleman them. Because I was like, how are they getting these people to agree to this? Right. They don't seem like even Hollywood had extensions. Weird dude, thug looking face. But he had extension braids, real long braids. I always thought that was strange.
Who is it?
Hollywood and Thomasina.
And what were they?
When we was in Mom Sug, we was in a group called Mom Sug. I'm jumping up in the future. Right. They didn't really want to mess with them. They represented getting you Wu-Tang clientele, getting you clientele. She's like, if you're doing good, you'll be able to do artwork for the different groups. Wu was new, just came out on Loud Records. Mm-hmm. Everybody was starting to like him or whatever. They was like, look, do the artwork. The backdrop, I did a backdrop. I didn't really get to finish it like I want, but all the Wu-Tang characters. And I wound up meeting my friend Wayne and Lil, who had a Wu-Tang, first dude with a Wu-Tang tattoo. Because his name was Wayne, so it was Wayne on his arm. Right. I remember asking, like, yo, are you in Wu? He like, no. Funny thing about it, I didn't even know I was talking to him. When we got in a show with ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, was at the show after I met them through Hollywood and Thomasina and all them. I met Pop the Brown Hornet and I met GP Wu and all them. So I started meeting them and they was just like, look, I was with my girlfriend at the time. They said, look, you and your girl could get in this show free. Somebody just tried to shoot at Old Dirty Bastard. So we going to hug him and cover him and protect him to get in the show. And if you put your body on the line, I'll let you and your girlfriend. Right. I was like, what am I getting myself into? Right. At first, because I was like, then I thought about it, this ain't nothing. Let me do this. So we did it. Then we started getting hyped. We go in there, 100X in there with a red beam, a red pen beam, because he did something phenomenal in this show. Right. ODB in the show after we did the backdrops, and I'm telling them what I did for them. Right. And I watched my friend Wayne, who I seen the picture years later at a mutual girlfriend's house of him. It's just a picture of him watching my artwork. Right. I never even knew they took a picture of that day. I seen the picture years later. My friend Wayne, he wound up passing away from Lost Children of Babylon. Right. So like Black Russian, One Love Forever, Black Russian. Right. So like, so do the artwork with Hollywood and Thomasina, do the backdrop, get paid, get to meet them, get to go into a party called The Fever, protecting ODB. ODB did Brooklyn Zoo like 20 times in a row. Right. Because every time he had in the audience, was a bunch of white dudes that was like, Brooklyn Zoo, like, keep doing that joint. Like, right. And I was like, dang, he did it 3. I never seen nobody. That's how I know he was a superstar. Right. I never seen nobody do a song that was that much of a hit more than once. Right. And that was the whole, he only did 2 other songs. He did that song 10 times in a row. Right. All right, Brooklyn Zoo. Same on that nigga. Did it like 10. I'm looking like, he's like, y'all don't know what I'm about to do now, do y'all? Right. We looking. And then they got mad. Honey X got mad. Put one of them fake pen red infrared beam joints on them. But they didn't know what we just was talking about. And I'm like, yo, was they crazy? Right. The dudes backstage pulled their straps and everything off stage. Right. They behind him on stage looking. And I ran up to him and told him what's going on. I was like, yo, chill. He like, man, fuck them niggas, man. Because they was getting blackballed or something at the time. It was crazy. Right. So that was wild. So that's how I got into art for that.
This is in
that was at the end of that. Yeah, at the Fever.
Right. So now
they was teasing though. They was joking with him because it wasn't a real red beam. Right. But they didn't know what he was going through and what happened, so that almost stopped the show. And it put a stop to him keep doing the same songs
because of the serious situation they're dealing with.
But it wasn't serious to them.
Right.
They just do stuff like that.
Right. I still don't know why this is not working. So moving up to that, like, all right, so you with CB, Cool C, you making the signs, you doing the stuff. When, now you was with, cause you were with a lot of people. When did DJ Drama, Bahamadia, how was that relationship and when did they come?
Sorry. All right. After that stuff that I did, I hang a lot with Saga and them doing my graffiti friends, doing a lot, also my high school friends. Doing a lot of graffiti and things of that nature. Right. And,
but
my friend Son, Jacques, French boy, good with graffiti and stuff. Right. He was part of the clique ATS. One day, I'm on South Street, and they used to do this routine where the Roots be out there doing drum circles.
And once again, what year are we talking?
I don't remember what year this was, but when the Roots was first coming out, it was in the 90s.
So early 90s.
We're all out of college now. We're early 20s trying to find our way in life. Right. We on South Street. I'm running up and see them. Because I basically, by this time, knew almost every freestyler on South Street. Right. I'm starting to learn the culture of South Street because
that's what
I wanted to go there was stores and stuff, but I was like, hold on, they making a big deal out of South Street. This is where I came at the campus since it was downtown. Right. We just go through South Street. My first experience in South Street. I'm with Ephraim, my friend Ephraim, and we had this experiment. He was going to be like, yo, let's see what are they going to say if a white guy come in here and ask for a job. If a black guy come, he was a white guy, but he was my friend in school. And he was like, let's see. Right. So we was doing it and we was figuring out one of the stores, I think it was called, the store with all the ants on it.
Right.
I forgot the name of it, but the ants crawling up the wall, the punk rock store.
Yeah, the punk rock store.
So we go in there.
Right.
And we try to get the job, but almost everybody offered him the job, didn't offer me the job. Whatever kind of thing we was doing, right? Some kind of experiment. Right. But one thing he showed me in there, he said, Jeremiah, look at this. And I saw PE posters.
Right.
at the same places, Led Zeppelin, all this, and I was like, what the hell these people know about PE? Like they just, that's how I realized how big they were.
Right.
He's like, nah, man. And he was like, that looked like, come around my way, boom. And those white dudes with PE shirts. I was starting to see, damn, rap has went way beyond what we thought it was. We came out with a comic book called Totally Dope.
Right.
Who did you ask me did we meet?
I was getting into
you said how did I meet Drama? Okay.
Drama.
So Ephraim led to Saga led to me starting to go up Saga Way. On Saga Block, you got Som who live up the street from him.
Right.
Who's a member of our group. Who kind of used to read scrolls, Nuwapian scrolls. He's a white boy, but everybody damn near in the clique was into Dr. York, Nuwapian scrolls.
Right.
So they reading the scrolls and stuff like that. Saga like, come on over. This is my friend Song. Boom. Right. We chilling for a while. He like, yo, we could do rap. I got a DJ up the street, my young boy. Right. Tyree. Yeah. DJ Drama. Live up the street. All of this is up the street from the projects where my mommy and daddy lived. Oh yeah, I just want to say to everybody that that had that birthday party for my mom. It was so special to see all y'all. I love seeing that. I love seeing all y'all. Right. So mommy and dad, this is a shout out. But yeah, so up the street from that projects where they used to live, that street. You know what street like?
Pulaski?
Pulaski Avenue. I think it's Pulaski Avenue. I think they was on Pulaski Avenue up out of. So his was up by the. Well, I ain't gonna say because his mom might still be around there, but like his mom lived up the street from there.
Right.
So I go in the basement, go in there. Dude, now see Black Malik B, who I was in the Boy Scouts with since we was 12.
Right.
And you knew him way before B. Way before I knew Tariq. Yeah. But I wound up going to school together and I didn't correlate it or put it together into a Kool Keith show. I always talk about this. A Kool Keith show. I'm going to the Wawa. Kool Keith, The Roots. Me and my brother were performing under Zoetic Funk Athletic, but it was just me and my brother. And Snooker was in the audience. So we going to the show to see Kool Keith, and I go to a bathroom break. I mean, not like a bathroom break, but go to the Wawa. Malik coming there. Yo, Salam alaikum. I'm like, walaikum assalam. Like, yo, where I know you from? You remember Clan Muhammad? Yo, why don't you get with us? Basically, the Roots. I'm like, you with them? He's like, yeah, you could, like, they ain't tell you could be rapping with us.
This Malik B.
Straight from the door, just right in the store, not even hearing me rap one word. Like, that's how he always was.
Right.
And he shouted me out on the song, It's the John, which gave me more, because like the same time that I met Drama being Saga's next door neighbor, his neighbor next to his mom house lived down the bottom next to his dad's house was Bahamadia. And one day he had her come there.
Now this is all in the same time.
Same realm. This is when I met Bahamadia there. I freestyled about her her feet look cute or something. How her shoes and something. She liked that. So like I went from there, but I ain't go overboard. I wasn't all trying to be nasty and she just was cute as I don't know what at that time. And I'm like, Dad, I could finally see her. You know what I mean? When I used to be selling shirts from my old head John on 40th Street, and we listened to Funk Vibe, and I would heard that name, Bahamadia, which is a strange name I never heard. I'm like, I heard of the Bahamas. I heard of Muhammad.
Right.
Bahamadia. I think she made that name up because I still never heard that.
Right.
But like, okay, where's we gonna go to the AWOL magazine stuff? Or?
No. I'm just trying to find.
So yeah, DJ Drama put all that together. DJ Drama dad was instrumental working with people like his dad was working with people like what's the dude name? I can't even remember his name. Julian Bond. His dad was on a high level.
Right.
So it's like he was just like, look, I'm about to go to high school. I'm about to go to college. We went and saw the movie. What's that movie called?
But what did
we went and seen Dead Presidents together, and that struck something in him, and Juice struck something in him.
So what did you? Because y'all had a mixtape that y'all put out.
Yeah, we put a little mixtape out. His first mixtape.
But that's not small. Like
he put it in. He put his first
about?
Mixtape, which it was small at the time.
Right.
And he talked about it in one magazine, Foundation magazine, which I can't find nowhere.
Yeah,
and he gave me my shout. But I wanted him to say it on Drink Champs. Right. But at least he gave Malik a shout for Malik died. Because these are my brushes with fame. Like,
right. So, well, wait, let's go. I want to go back to that mixtape because these are important.
All right, the first mixtape he did was Lost Soul in Babylon on there. Riot Can Rip. Right. I think was Hawk on there. Riot Can Rip. Mm-hmm. And Lil Wayne was on there. A lot of different variety of MCs was on there. And Black Thought was on there.
Right.
I introed on there. I don't even think I rapped on. Did I rap? No. I'm getting that mixed up with Kaz's joint. Right. His joint. Malik was on there. Black Thought wasn't in there. We had Malik on there.
Right.
And I mean, he was so good. He'd do everything from Earth People, New York and California. I Was Born on Jupiter, Kool Keith. Right. He had all the Kool Keith records. He broke Winter Wars on there.
Right.
All kinds of songs you wouldn't even think could go together. He was that good of a blender. He blend, like, look, I'm gonna force y'all to like space stuff. I'm gonna make y'all like gangsters. Right. That's important. This all together. Biggie, I can show you how it all. He was a real true DJ. Like
that's why. That's
you know
important.
What I mean? I was with So Two Tough at one point.
We're gonna get into that. Okay. How did the cover look on that first mixtape?
Okay, yeah, I do Fly DJ Drama. Some sticker we did. I think he used. It was really a sticker that we was making. Where I had him flying in the air with turntables, wearing these parachute pants we used to get from I. Goldberg. Everybody in our clique kind of dressed like you would say. Now, if you had somebody to compare it to, it would be Boot Camp Clique.
Okay.
We was dressing like Brooklyn dudes, I guess. Right. But it was our thing, like.
And these were tapes, definitely.
Everybody had. We brought the goggles back. We brought everything in hip hop back. Mm-hmm. Big goggles. Why is he wearing ski goggles? We was the ones to come downtown doing that. Straight weirdos, like coming downtown. Look, I came downtown, wanted to be a Japanimation character. They call it anime. We call it Japanimation.
Right.
I don't know if you remember. I had a big afro, and I went and bought the 5 Deadly Venoms mask. We had a squad. The idea before Wu-Tang had it called the 5 Deadly Vandals.
Right.
Me, Say, Saga, Song. The rapper version of ATS. A lot of ATS dudes freestyle.
Right.
We was known for not writing, but freestyle.
Right.
That's when I got out of writing because I would try to write. But that's the first click I met where they was like, look, no, anytime you record with us, everything is, we call it from the tip to the lip.
Right. Yeah. Right, that's dope. That's dope. So we with drama, boom, I'm going in these orders because to me, all this stuff is major. Now let's go. I might be hopping around. I don't know, but
hey, Kayla, congratulations, baby.
Yeah, Kayla in the full effect. Chuck, what is that? Who's that? Chuck what? I can't remember.
Chuck the Third.
Yeah, Chuck the Third. Oh, Mark, what up? That sound
like Allen people.
Allen's people. Yeah, that's Allen's brother. Mark in full effect.
They might have left out.
They could have. You know what I mean? That's how it works on this live. Y'all know that's why I always tap in to let people.
I'm trying to keep it interesting, y'all.
This is rap.
I'm just not bringing it. I'm trying to make it more exciting.
No, this is rap and rappers and artists you never heard of interview. This is episode 8. I'm trying to see if this is working. I wish it was, but I don't know what's going on. Why this is not coming on? What is going on? But rappers and artists maybe you never heard of. No, that ain't got nothing.
Don't get frustrated with it. It maybe might not meant to happen.
Bluetooth mode.
Should connect. I wanted to connect, but I don't know why this is not connecting. This should connect. Anyway, okay. So with that now, you dealing with all that. When did you get with How did the whole Illadelph Records start, and who was a part of Illadelph Records? Like, let's go into that.
If we want to go into Illadelph Records,
yeah.
All right, now I got out of just talking about what
you were talking about DJ Drama and that.
Yeah, Drama, Tyree. He wound up going to college.
Right.
So when he went to college, he started taking off in another direction, and then he just was like, I was like, okay, so damn, I ain't got a DJ no more, really.
Right.
Like, at that time, I went to the Trocadero was popping, raves was popping, and I try to be a part of almost every. I try to put hip hop into everything, even though house was popping. One of the dudes, Damien, went to my school, and
James, what's up?
Damien was the guy who gave out the Square Roots flyers. They called the Square Roots.
Right.
So he gave out the flyers. So when I seen Damien was like, yo, man, like, you house. I was like, what? I always get offended by that because I wanted to be the most hip-hop dude. Try to get a real big belt buckle, John.
Right.
Having a weapon was big in hip-hop. So I had an axe. I made my boots blue and beads. I used to see Twister had beads. I was like, I'm gonna bring beads. I'm gonna have beads. I'm gonna have them like an Abbott.
Right.
People would want me to make them, but I could have made money.
Right.
But it would just be like, yo, this is my own thing.
Right.
It was nerdy to everybody except for them underground ciphers that you went to. It was accepted. All was accepted there. Joker came there in a tie box.
Right.
It was a real, it was a rave show. And I was like, this dude's wearing a human tie box. He made a big box and was just bobbing his head. I'm looking like, yo, this is, y'all taking You Can Do Anything too far.
Right.
So these was what raves was. So I'm gonna rave. They eating, y'all call them little candy tops, but they was drugs. They would eat them and they doing that. So I go to Chalk one day. I'm like, is this rap ever gonna work?
Right.
The DJ from Tough Crew, cutting. Boom. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, this boy bad as shit. I remember them from when I was with dancing back in my days with my friend Skip, my friend Jay.
Right.
And we was trying to cut hair. We was going to try to dance. We was really into Tupac.
Right.
That was, at that time, whatever year that was Tough Crew playing.
Right. Right.
Tough Crew was playing on the radio when we would be cutting hair. We listening like, yo, damn, that's decent. Like, we liked them, you know. And like, Daoud and Rafi was able to hang with Tone Love.
Right.
So I knew enough about him. So when I just walked up to him like, yo, my cousin and them used to hang with Tone Love and them. I heard him. Yo, I heard him.
Now, who are you talking
I'm
to
talking
at
to
this
Too
time?
Tough. Too Tough, DJ Too Tough.
Okay.
I think either at the Troc, somewhere I met him.
Right.
And he was like, look, man, you trying to do your thing. I'm trying to make a comeback too. He's like, you come to my crib and I'll try to cut a demo with you.
Right.
That turned into some crazy. That whole story, going to his crib, making mixtapes. I go there, and he's just telling me there's all kinds of ways I make money now. He said, one thing I wish I wouldn't, he admitted to me his different drug problems, different problems he had, and the reason why he stopped his music. And then he told me, look, man,
this
right now, I got one earring.
This Too Tough from where?
I don't deserve 2 earrings from Tough Crew.
Okay.
He said, once I get money like Dr. Dre, I'm going to get 2 earrings. I'm going to get, talking about the stuff he going to get when I get paid. Right. I'm going to get my stuff. He's like, we can make it or whatever. I'm like, so how do you make money with this? Come on out with me. We in the, what they call the Badlands. I'm young. I'm walking out with him. He like how people sell drugs, he sold his tapes. Right. I mean, cuz he was getting hundreds of dollars. Right there. And it's one rush. It ain't like you do it a lot. Right. He just kind of like, I got this much. I'm like, you sure that's all you going to need? Yeah, that's all I'm going to need. Right. And there's a whole line on J Street. I'm not sure if I got the places mixed up. Right. Because I know you got Badland, J Street, whatever it is. I know we was usually always in the Kensington area or down J Street. Right. Or down the messed up drug blocks. And then you go down there and he's selling his tapes. Giving it up. People loving him still. Right. And we meant to do Dino. And Dino, I kind of was watching the house for them. Right. They had a lot of weed and stuff in there, and he was doing that. And he was like, "Man, your life either could go this way. I don't want you to do this." He would try to keep me out of any kind of drug thing as much as he could, me personally. But that trash bags full of weed, like
no, I'm saying to do what? Keep you out of there to do what?
To do music.
Okay, right.
Yeah, they had a lot of crap, man, with them. And it was like the stuff I was around, I was like, all right, this is getting a little too hectic. Right. His life was almost on the line every 5 minutes. Right. Dudes came to the crib when I wasn't there, and I came back. I had to watch the crib, but I found out they was dressed up like gas men, pump faking, and tried to rob him. Right.
So there's a lot of
we in there, and I gotta, every time I see somebody look like a gas man, call them. Right. It might be them again. It was crazy. Right. They like, yo, you watching the crib. They had good food there. Right around the corner from where you had the Mike Geronimo release party.
Oh, okay.
I was literally right around the corner from Second Cousins.
Okay, right. Yeah. Well, I think I figured out what was going on. So what we're going to do, y'all, because I want to get into, that was you in the connection between Tough Crew. And after we come back, we're going to get into...
you my hero too, bro.
Yeah, that's James in effect. James still watching. So remember, y'all watching rappers and artists you never heard of. Rappers and artists you never heard of. This is episode 8 with Emirj, a.k.a. Don Liberace. And we're going to go into this joint, Grand Piano. We played this on part 1. Let's go into this right now.
Good to see you, Brother Ben. Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Right. Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Because the Don Liberace project, y'all, that's a project that I did that now, I should have said this when a whole lot of people was watching. Right now, it's on Apple Music. It's streaming on Apple Music, Orchard. Shout out Jared Heller. Shout out Illadelph Records. Shout out Mustang Gang Tackle. Shout out Monk with the Funk.
We're going to get into that definitely too. I want to listen to this.
And it's on Pandora.
Let's listen to this real quick. Rappers and artists you never heard of.
The Tycoon Era. My album's called The Tycoon Era. It's platforming on all streams all over the world right now.
Right. So
how are we going to get into...
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that right after this. Because let's hear this, y'all. This is Grand Piano, Don Liberace.
That's my Don Liberace alias from the Tycoon Era album.
Let's check it out, y'all.
Juicy J, I should get an Oscar for flows. Rhyme Uzi spray, I took out impossible foes. Used to say, I know more than the doctor should know. Rose gold, cold flows, got popsicle strolls. Gucci lay, even got La Casa for clothes. Gucci play, hang around with gossipers, yo. Truth decay, niggas about to ride on the low. The group is gay, looking for a guy just to hold. Who's to say? Don living, rocking the globe. Don Liberace got Marachis to go. Good with big banks, that's my hobby, you know. Fill up the big bank and the mafia glow. Like Leroy Bruce, the destroy groups and rocking the show. Rock the show, asphalt, yacht clubs and the moccasins go. Smoke a lot of Fendi's hotter, but I'm popping the mo. Bottles to go, Uzi K. Get it from a model and pro, real thought provoking. Like ninjutsu, you sport the broken. Not to get you the issue, resources spoken. All by the literal laws of cloaking. Devices, my life is twice as nice as what you thought was doping. Missiles are scorched with open. Bristling swords from Oakland that'll get you in course for smoking. Richer than Richard, Rich Porter, Richard the Fourth of Olden. London law and London war, the London law. London fog style, crumble jaw wild, stumble jaw wild. Notes to the bumble shoots. I got a Tokes brand, stumble jaw now.
I literally did stumble.
Chicks is just glad that I'm here. Guns spark loud and I'm dipped in the Paddington beer. Gumby talk now, Vixen's had an affair. She sponged me all down, madam with fear, lustable. Dabble with Claire Huxtable, travel with Claire Tux is cool. You know the Tux was cool since I first played the Radisson. I'm Tom Hanks and my mermaid's named Madison. Divine ranks when I first laced the Stratison. Your mind blank when I surface, I'm back again. Don Liberace affair, you know. Reunity life, Hillski Bop. And make sure y'all get that high gravity hill. Art District, Street Basquiat, Street Basquiat. Jate, my man Jay Son. That's in the house, Rittenhouse crew in the house.
Hillski Bop.
Yeah. Art District. Lamont Taylor. Special shout out.
Jill, I said Juicy J. Not the Juicy J part, but the part about Tom Hanks and my mermaid's named Madison. Right. I ain't know nobody caught that.
Right. So how did that rhyme come about?
That was from the movie Splash.
Go ahead, break it down.
That joint came about. I start my joints as long as it's a good starting point. Mm-hmm. And I was looking in Google, and I was like, Dad, that's right. They got how did because I went at one point selling phone books with my friend Akan, and selling the phone books led me all the way down to what's the name of that place? God damn, it's not Mississippi, Memphis. I went to Memphis, and I seen the impact of Juicy J and them group.
Right.
The 3-6 Mafia was big down there. Elvis big down there, and Dolly Parton is huge. It's Knoxville, Nashville, all that kind of stuff. Tennessee, I was all around Tennessee, but when I got there, I was into that. So when I got home, I wanted to write a rap about that.
Right.
And he got an Oscar for flows.
Okay.
Juicy J, I should get an Oscar for flows.
Oh, okay.
Nobody never got an Oscar for rapping. For rapping, except for them.
Yeah, they got that.
So that started
Oscar, yeah.
That's all it was.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So, and this you put out on, this is on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, that's on SoundCloud. That's on Orchard. That's on Apple Music.
Okay. Word. Where did Don Liberace? I think you said.
Oh yeah. I already told him earlier. I told him earlier.
You did say that earlier.
I just was looking at it like he's a flamboyant.
That's right.
Character.
Right.
But it's like now, even like I gotta see nowadays is disclaimers because it's like I'm just word playing. Like I say, your group is gay. You should. Now, as I got older, I'm not the basher that I was as far as, yo, you're not this and you're not, I could care less. It's more of an acceptable time. Do I accept it? I think things could go back into the more natural way of things. But on the behalf of the different family members that's different and diverse and stuff like that, don't hold me and judge me that what I was feeling at that time when I did that. Because that was just, I was like, yo, I wanted freedom of expression just to say something.
Right. You know
what I mean?
that's deep. So we go. I don't know. We got that.
Basically, how people say fag, but they like at the time not meaning your sexuality is whack. Like, and I guess they shouldn't do that, but that's what they do. That yo, this is gay. Like, it wasn't like you were actually gay.
So it's like it was another way of saying you garbage. You
yeah.
Like get out of here. Like,
that's how they say it.
That was a form of expression. I mean, that's
but no, it ain't cool no more though.
Yeah, because people got different views and life is changing. I wish we'd be more pro-life, but that's another thing. But what I wanted to get, I really want to go into Illadelph Records. We still, how did that happen? How did you meet the CEOs of Illadelph Records? How did you, because you're on, I want to
I got from the CB, I got to how I met him, I got to there was big time drugs going on, and he still had me rapping for people like Dino, where Dino was looked at as the big drug bull. So he's like, Tuta told me, if you rap about these drug dealers on these corners, and you make songs, just make them seem like they're Scarface. Have them make them feel like they're the man. And we'll get paid. For these mixtapes. And we're starting to get paid for them.
This is Too Tough saying this.
Yeah. So that's what we did, and it worked. I was getting paid, man. I was getting like $400 every couple weeks. Every week, really, I was getting paid. Like, that's the first time I really start buying my sneakers. But we was miserable because we was kind of like slaves to being at that house. We had to either watch the house. Dude didn't trust nobody. He'll tell me he don't trust him. Tell him he don't trust me.
But it's funny you say it like that because that's what
But that's his story to be told.
Not Too Tough. That's what Too Short said. He said he was rapping for drug dealers. Remember, I don't know if you ever.
Yeah, and I ain't think that. I ain't think that part of my life because to me, hip hop's supposed to take you out of that. But I did think it was clever because I'm like, damn, in this way, I'm not gangster rapping. I'm saying they did this, they did that. I'm not saying I did it, or you should do it. It's just you say that.
No, that's different. Now, so you said that led you to Illadelph Records, right?
That led me to Illadelph Records after going to the parties with him. I had to escape that life. It wasn't for me. I had to escape that. And came back. I already told you, went to South Street one time, got reintroduced to the Roots. Of course, I already knew Emirj, but they was like, yo, this is Black Thought. And the way he talked so thick with his accent, I thought he said Black Dog.
Right.
I was like, what? I'm a Black Thought. He said it the same way.
Right.
I was like, yo, what is your name? Like, what are you saying?
Right.
He started laughing and slapping everybody 5, like yeah, nigga, you don't know me. Everybody know me. He said, I remember you, man. You went to our school. Right. No, he wasn't being arrogant.
Okay.
He just was like, get hip. Like, learn how to talk the New York lingo. Like, they said you was from New York.
Right.
You don't know what thought is, or however he said.
Right, how he was trying to be, whatever.
Yeah, so it was like, a lot of stuff was like that with us.
Right. So, that's what I'm saying. So still, how did you, Ill Adult Records, how did that come about? How did you?
Ill Adult Records, one time I was with my homie, Big Jim Slade, producer, came out with the original Black Republicans.
Right.
Who I think Jay-Z and them, well, forget that. Jay-Z and them came out with the name afterwards, but they came out with the Black Republicans, who were literally a band.
Right.
Like the days of Fishbone. Good groups like that.
Right.
And the Black Republicans, James was an engineer, highly intelligent brother.
Right.
He knew how to arrange songs and stuff, and he put the songs together.
Right.
You're going to do this. Got this. Look, you want to do your music? Seen him at the nightlight. Somewhere I seen James. Somebody introduced me to James. Some dude named Mark Madison, matter of fact. Right. You might know. I don't know if you know Mark Madison.
I know Mark.
Mark worked with the people that took the Steve Bonneville idea. The rappers.
What's the name of them?
Wise Intelligent, the people that use that. Yeah. He was telling me, look, man, my cousin James does music, whatever. I think I met him. Mm-hmm. Or did I meet him through him? I don't know which one of them I met first. But James get me to do some logo artwork for them, which was, I did the original ideas for the Illuminati or the New World Order album cover.
Okay.
But instead of taking my drawing, they got it done on computer and just did it.
Right.
They did a never version. They really wanted it to look that way.
Right.
But Ill Adult Records, I go down Walnut Street to where you go down, where you could cross, you could go down in the park and cut over. You know how all them highways, when you go in the center city, is like that?
Right.
You could go down and you go walk the river thing. Mm-hmm. The Mayor Nutter made it like that. Because before it used to be wilderness. Right. You couldn't never go down there, or you wouldn't want to be down there because it's just railroads down there. But they made it with the benches and less suspect down there.
Right.
A lot of rapes and stuff. The joint, when I used to walk that path with Russ, people would be like, yo, don't go down. It's the land of the zombies. That's where the bums and stuff. Right. They wasn't just walking around like they are now. Right. All of the homeless, all kinds of creeps would be down there. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why I used to go down there. Right. Because every time I come out, they be like, well, you ain't heard what happened? Right. Every time I'm like, how do I always leave? And then
where was you
ain't heard what happened?
Where was you going?
To the other side of the bridge, the graffiti routes, being underneath. We always being underneath where the freight trains was. Right. We learned how to ride on trains, ride on the train.
Where were you going when you was going to the?
Traveling a shortcut to downtown. If you're at the art museum and you want to travel underground, it wasn't well paved and civilized like it is now. Right. So you had to climb all kinds of gates and go through all kinds of passageways. Mm-hmm. And I lost my train of thought. What am I trying to go to? Ill Adult Records.
Yeah, right.
So that underground pass got turned good. So they was going to do a video under there. Me and James going to meet them. This dude, Monk with the Funk. I'm listening to his tape. I'm like, oh, all right. This is a time where rap was making a distinction. Okay, you got and my man Ryan was like, yo, we don't. He called it Lil Sin and Foxy Clown. I nah, damn, don't come at the girls. Nah, man, this is not where rap supposed to go. We know what rap supposed to be. And we thought rap was turning into something crazy. It was taking over to Cali. I remember going to New York one time. They was rocking, booyaka shot, boom, boom, boom. Dre was everywhere. And I seen the backdrops that they airbrushed around the Apollo. I'm around the Apollo. And I see that, and I'm at the Apollo because, of course, I'm around Uncle, the 125 Mart is right across the street. Right. So I was going to see them, so something just took me across the street. Right. Because I just like being in New York. I used to just love the energy of New York. So I'm looking at all these the backdrops that they take airbrush pictures in front of. And it used to be New York groups.
Right.
It was every group was a Cali group. I was just pissed. I took it personal. Like, hold up. No, that's when I started hating Snoop. I'm like, Snoop? I should have looked at it as it's getting broadened and it's good. But I was going to the artist people. I was like, yo, why don't y'all draw? You know, I'm naming different rappers they could do, like Rakim, this one, that one. Man, come on, you gotta get with the time. Look, they go to Nas joint, all the way in the corner somewhere. So now they had you could take your picture next to Nas. I was like, damn, that Nas joint is decent. So I was like, all right, this is dope. I was just going off on how I thought this was so better. Because I'm thinking like, what? All I'm is a person rambling down the street. I'm not going to change any history. And there's nothing wrong with that. Fast forward, that kind of rap, I start liking. I was like, yo, I like this. I like this Bull Monk. I like where he going because it was simple. Blame my neighborhood. They ain't really deal with, because I was trying to get them like, yo, we should just really do all these outlandish skits. I wanted to do skits. Like I said, we had 5 Deadly Vandals before Fushnikins came out. Before Wu-Tang came out. This was an idea Sade had, but we ain't act on it. So then we seen Fushnikins like, damn, we probably can't do 5 Deadly Vandals. Now Fushnikins out. After Wu came out, it really was over. We was like, damn, we damn sure can't do it now. Because they even shut the Fushnikins down. So like,
as you talking, I'm trying to see it.
I want to, because this joint going for a long time. I wanna make this joint.
No,
I want to answer you next.
No. I mean, because
so that's how I met him. That's how I met Jared. They set me down. Boom, we give you like 2,000, or we don't really have much to sign you with now. And they signed me. Him and Omar signed me.
People don't know the story. That's why I'm kind of going through it. What records did you do with them? What's the records that you actually?
We had one joint we did, Skin Tight. Another joint. They changed the names of them though.
Okay.
They changed the names of them though. Lyrically, I'm supposed to represent. We did a song. We actually did it before Pun and Black Thought did lyrically. I'm supposed to represent. A fraction before it, we did our joint. We didn't know. But it kind of it could have been inevitable with some things because it's like hot rappers. You're gonna sample damn near everything they do. But we tried to get on that before anybody could get on it. But they came out with that somebody bigger. And also it was also it was what else did we do after we did that? We did Don't Let It Get to Your Head Now, which they call Puffed Heads. Which I thought that the Brand Nubian used at the same time, but we did it before they did.
Yeah, that was way before.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we tried to get that joint cleared with a dude named Amin Ra. Who had the song, what did Amin Ra have? The Two Kings in a Cypher. That rap group. The Morris brother and that was the same one who cleared it for us and cleared it for Brand Nubian. Instead of just telling us, look, we're going to give it to Brand Nubian too. We had an idea first, but we just put it out anyway. Like, look, we don't care if we get sued. We don't got nothing. What we got to lose? If we get sued, we might get famous. We didn't know about cease and desist. And we was learning as we went along. So it got played on the radio. Ran played it. DJ Ran, Pound 89.
So he did play it.
They heard it. The whole world basically heard the joint.
Right.
Teddy Raw. I needed to talk about those stories. Running with Teddy. They did the dollar parties. Like they did the early parties. Teddy and Tammy, remember? They did the early parties where you go to the parties. We'll just have fun. I mean, some of the parties at that time would get shot up. So we had that to worry about, but we was cool. We was ready. And Ted was one of the first hustlers I met. Like him and his brother Jamil, like they just embraced me. We'd come and it would be just partying all night. That was the last of the block parties in the
That was. Yeah. So
shout out Teddy.
Yeah. All right. That I wanted to go into the the Philadelphia thing because to me a lot of that was a lot of stuff you were actually recording and it was they started getting distribution for it.
Yeah. That's what got us.
Why that's important.
That's what got us around the world too, because they're like. They stuff kind of went to Amsterdam, and it took them to Amsterdam. My silly behind didn't have I didn't have passports at the time.
Right.
I didn't have my passport at the time. So like, yeah, I missed out on going, but yeah, the music went all around the world. But yeah,
that was deep. So you know the reason I'm chopping it the way I'm chopping it because I know you go in and I don't. It's no once I just kind of I want your perspective. So we in that era. You doing the jeans, but also
Illidolph record independence label.
Right.
We tried to get Malik, couldn't get Malik because Malik was like, "Yo, I made up Illidolph, the word Illidolph."
Right.
As far as he was concerned, but the prices he wanted, they was like, "Yo, that's astronomical. Like, we know you Malik, but come on, man, say something reasonable."
Right.
No, I want $3,000 right now.
Right.
Malik was wild. You gonna tell that nigga to get me? I was like, "Yo, I can't tell him like that."
Right.
Well, I'm the one made up the name, but you didn't make up his record company.
Right.
This is a whole area.
Right.
Maybe you made it up. I don't know, but I know it was slang by that time. But we thought it was better than using Philadelphia.
Right. Now, also, you know, we're gonna get into Corrupt. How did Corrupt?
That all came out around the same time. So I already had my chance meeting Bahamadia. Illidolph record thing kind of came into play. Say, I watched Bahamadia. Illidolph come into play. Baham was already still doing a thing. I ain't see her again since that day, but we had a good bond. So me and Baham had a good bond. So I ain't see her since that day.
Right.
So I did the Corrupt joint first, then Bahamadia stuff. Okay.
Right.
So I meet my man Riot Ken. Riot Ken like, yo, I want you to come here today. Our young boy Kayvon, bad entertainer Kayvon, illest rapper. Illest rapper in Philly, one of the illest rappers. Kayvon like, yo, I want to get put on and we Scratch from the Roots would be selling pizzas and shit.
Right.
At the he worked at a pizza delivery. Right. And they used to always be like, yo, you could be a gimmick. And I was like, yo, y'all shouldn't say that. This is the element of hip hop. He beatbox and raps at the same. Right. Nobody never seen nothing like him before.
Right.
And he could do it simultaneously. He could do both.
Right.
He's his own beatboxer, scratcher, and rapper at the same time.
Right.
So I was like, damn. So he winds up getting with the Roots. So it was like, damn, Scratch going, he's on now.
Right.
And it's just us in the spot, and he like, Merge, come through.
Right.
Corrupt, only thing I knew about Corrupt is that Corrupt was stomped on the buildings in New York and made a big impact.
Right.
So I did hear about that. I was like, all right, I heard of him. I didn't know he was from Philly, but he came there acting like he already knew everything about everything.
I'm
like, this dude, he comes in with a Snoop Dogg tour, St. Ives leather jacket, St. Ives, all embossed in it, banging joint.
Right.
I'm like, damn. So Rupp is like, yo, I want to hear the Young Boy rhyme.
Right.
He wanted to hear Riot Ken beats and Kayvon. That's all he wanted to hear.
Right.
So I'm just in there like, me, my homegirl, his wife, all us, we in there. And he's killing it. Kayvon's killing it.
Right.
Kayvon wound up going with them. So
right from the rip.
I was a character fly on the wall, not really somebody he would notice because I ain't say much of nothing. I just noticed him talking about when he had his blunt, it was so big of a blunt. And and then one of his friends, I was like, hold up, man. Y'all smoke blunt. It was like Cheech and Chong.
Right.
I'm like, come on now.
Right.
He was like, yeah, that's how we do it. And then he was like, no. He's like, oh, I ain't stunting on no Cali smoke weed like this.
Right.
We just doing this now. We just made this up. I don't want y'all to think like that. So it's funny.
Right.
Then he was like, look, I live right around here. I'm from here. I remember him saying that. And I'm like, what?
Right.
So I started thinking, damn, everybody's getting put on. Right. I gotta get put on. Everybody
gotta
get
get
on.
it in. Right.
It never happened, but in a small way, underground way, it happened. So he leaves. Don't see him again. So they have an annual rap event that they have at the Doubletree.
Right.
Go to the Doubletree. Rip was making these ill beats. And
Rip,
so
Rip
the
from our mom's son.
Yeah, Riot Ken. So he like
he on it. He right.
Yeah, so he like the
Go ahead.
he liked the beats
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did later or if they connected, but I know Kayvon went out with them later on, eventually. Right. So I'm like, hold up. Ain't he right there? He right there. We go walk to him in front of the Doubletree Hotel, and Baby Chris, you know Baby Chris?
I know Baby Chris.
Baby Chris wear the t-shirt on his head. Affiliation.
Yeah.
Always wear a t-shirt wrapped around his head.
Yeah, that was his twin.
Baby Chris was like, yo, look, I was already with Forte, rapping Forte. Buttons was in there from around the way. And he was judging the event with Emirj. Right. So I'm like, all right, Emirj, boom. Buttons, what's up? So I was able to get in and out. They gave me a free pass.
Right.
So I'm in and out talking to all kinds of people. I was talking to Forte. He was cool. Mm-hmm. Couple groups was trying to knock them because they wear their hair with the perm and all that.
Right.
And they had their curlers. He kept talking about going to get his curlers.
Right.
And he said, man, I like you, man. He said, but all these other bulls around here, what's up with Philly, man? Mm-hmm. They ain't never seen a player. I was like, yo, player, like, I understand all that player stuff. I see where y'all call it. We got a place. I was telling them about Shirt Corner Plus and all this. Yeah. Yo, all right, well, where you be going at? What's up with you? Come on outside. We go outside, me, him, let me clear my throat, dude.
Right.
So he was real cool with, Buttons made real good friends with him. So we go outside. They smoking weed, they chilling. I'm like, man, I don't want to leave without meeting somebody. Let them hear my music. 100X just did a dazzling show where they broke the stage. They my man Bad News, they broke the stage while they rapping.
Right.
So that was like memorable. Everybody was like, damn, these dudes is like insane. They scream at you, cuss you out. We want them to get a deal. Everybody get a deal. So Baby Chris was like, yo, man, you ain't linked with nobody. You was up in there, man. Forte ain't from around here. You talking to Forte.
Right.
He was a funny boy.
Right.
So he was like, look, man, you know that's Corrupt right there.
Right.
Yo, here's Corrupt. I'm going to introduce you to my homie Corrupt. I don't know if that was his homie or not. He's like, it's one of the best artists in Philly right here. This is what he said.
Corrupt said.
This is what
Baby Chris said. Baby Chris said to
I had my backpack with my work. I show him. He's like, this banging. I like this. Look, here's my card. And I tried to get him to remember. All he could remember, he remembered Rip and he remembered Kayvon. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, I can't get him to remember me because I was basically not really saying nothing to him. I was falling back.
Right.
So I was like, you don't remember 11th Street? Like, yeah, I do remember. Oh, yeah, the border. Yeah. Look, just give me your art, Playboy. Let me see what's up. Gave him the art, went to the studio. He gave me like 2 stacks right then and there. Before I came in, he said, yo, tell Primus Robinson what you want for these drawings that you're going to have or whatever.
Right.
Dope studio, Entre recording.
What was the drawings of?
It was a drawing of a cover for a Corruption album cover.
Right.
The album Corruption.
All right, let's pull that up.
And
show the people. Right. Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
They wound up using the logo for Entre on the inside of it.
Right.
But I really drew all of the stages of it. But they couldn't do it because I would mess up. I would draw red. I don't want no red. I only want blue. All right.
Right.
I was messing up on that. I was like, damn. Right. He's like, nah, he don't like that red color. Mm-hmm. Make it blue. All right.
Right.
Make sure you get blue khaki. They made me sure that I realized what was going on.
Right.
I'm like, okay, damn, this ain't just no rap stuff. This is real.
Right.
I really gotta pay attention.
So really on their joint.
But he would tell me, no, don't be too hard on it. Let him just come up with what he come up with.
Right.
So I sat down, boom, came up with the 2 logos.
Right. So go to the.
I could show it probably.
Yeah, because this is the reason I go into this because these are milestones with Emirj and his artwork and his music is intertwined. Those two are intertwined, so you gotta always show those connections. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about rappers and artists you never heard of, you gotta understand why that these rappers that you never heard of are significant to our hip hop culture, especially here in Philly, and how in depth things were going. And when I talk about rappers and artists, we're going in depth with them, and you're going to see these in depth connections. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's necessary. So this is on
that's the artwork
album
that we did that wound up just being on the inside of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You see how deep this
I wanted them because I wanted to be like the boy from that they used with Nate Dogg and the Boy Risky, who did all the Tupac work. He just like, make it be like that. But he was furious with them on that coast. So when he was doing this, he was like, all right, so not this drawing. This ain't what they made into a gold chain. I did the drawing for Foxy Brown, and they made a charm out of it.
Right.
It was a fox and a dog, a cartoon I did, and thanks to Joe Marone, shout out Joe Marone, shout out Nunu, who used to always be there. So like, Joe Marone was like, yeah, I like this artwork. Look, how much you want, kid? Because like, you just keep on, everything with me was 2,000 after that.
Right.
I was like, 2,000. It was like, you can't just say 2,000 for everything, kid.
Right.
And he was like, look, he took me on a walk. I'm like, where we going? We going back before all the lofts and stuff was set up.
Oh, that's before all that.
And Second and Spring Garden.
Right.
It's like where the mob put jokers or whatever.
Right.
It's like the trash guy. This is what I'm thinking.
Right.
And that's kind of how they talking when he going there. He's like, man, I tell you, back in my day, it was different back here. You know what they did to people around? Right. He one of them TV.
He really was that guy.
Guys.
Right.
He was a businessman.
Right.
But he was a TV paisano, like.
Right.
Really one of them kind of guys. I'm like, this dude, they only exist in movies, not this guy.
Right.
He said, look, kid, give me a reasonable price. I was like, look, give me 360. Good. See, you're good. You're a good kid. You could do good with that, with what you had before. It's adding up. Right. And then Corrupt told me, yeah, man, all I did was get like 3,000 and I flipped that into thousands that I got from Snoopy, the big homie.
Right.
So that's what he was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that led up. So from that, Ahmadiyya approached me. Oh, that joint was decent what you did. Can you do that for my joint? Because now, before I was with the label. Now, you know, we gave you a shout out on the album. We always loved you. I want you to do stuff for my album, BB Queen.
Right.
And BB Queen's an EP.
Right.
I'll get you the art supplies. I want you to zone out. I think I started smoking weed by that time, sadly. You know, smoking the weed.
Right.
Start coming up with that for Bahamadia.
Right. And that's that. Oh, wait.
Man, the Basement freestyles was incredible at those times. Because the times that we had together, and like I said, the shows, the rave shows, the house jeans that they thought I was wearing when I was only trying to dress big to be hip hop, but I took it too far.
Right.
Because it was taking it too far.
Right. So now go search for that. Once again, y'all, we because I want to go into. Can you find? I want people to hear the song. You got Puff Heads. Can we go to Puff Heads and listen to that? Yeah, there it is. That's it. Yep.
I want to find this one.
Oh, that's the one. All right, bring that up. Yeah. All right, we're going to show it. Because, once again, here y'all go check this out.
This is the inside. It came with an inside poster.
Right.
Bahamadia joint came with an inside poster. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it's backwards.
No, it's just, they get it. They know it's backwards.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it came with an inside poster. She pulls up to the, what's that club on Spring Garden Street? The big joint with a Franklin, Franklin, what's the name up there?
Franklin Institute?
No, like the Franklin guy is up there. Electric Factory.
Electric Factory, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So at the Electric Factory, she pulls up there. We all go to Electric Factory.
Right.
I'm like, what? She said, Emirj, I wish I had a picture for you. She had that picture on the side of the truck. The whole truck wrap with all my drawings. Yeah. Right. You go to the website, that character was animated flying around on the website.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. They stopped it. Good Vibe Music, something like that.
Good Vibe Music at that
See,
time.
she always had an idea. Boom. Then the next thing you know, Kanye and them come out with their joint. But she had her idea for it.
Right.
It's just wild, man.
Right.
I got something boring to people. What else?
No. It's a long joint. People in and out. That's how they do.
Okay.
Joint. I want to get into Shalom, not now with the Corrupt and stuff like that. You also in that you had B-Boy Jeans.
In that, come up with something called B-Boy Jeans.
Yeah.
That was around the time when I did that too for her. Came up with a logo of a B. Mm-hmm. Did a t-shirt, came to you with the ideas like, yo. Right. We came out with it with t-shirts. We was the biggest thing for that for me is when Kool Herc got one.
Right.
And I was in New York at the Bronx.
Right.
I went to the Bronx joint, went to him, put the joint on him. You know what I mean? That was great.
Right.
But like how I'm trying to get to
how
Bahama did stuff, how getting back to Ryakin,
right.
He's like, Emirj, you ain't gotta worry about trying to connect and try to get with people. We gonna be big as I don't know what. Look, take me to Tower Records. Big store on South Street. Going to Tower Records. Everybody don't know about Tower Records, but they should. That was like most of my pastime, going to Tower Records.
Right.
Going to steal Big Daddy Kane album, looks like a job for us. Stole 7 of them.
Right.
Don't even like stealing. At that time, some kind of way, I made that into a hustle, selling Big Daddy Kane's albums. And I was getting Big Daddy Kane albums, and I got caught coming out, and the dude took me to the back and was like, look, man, you got this backpack on. I thought you had a bunch of CDs in your backpack. This all you had? He said, all right. He said, look, man, what you write? I wasn't expecting him to say that. I'm thinking you're going to call the cops on me. I'm like, what I write? Yeah. And he wrote something. He was known too. I can't remember. And I was like, huh? I was like, oh, you Emirj? I wrote Emirj. He was like, look, I ain't locking Emirj up. I was like, where? I was like, you heard of me? He was like, yeah, look, you can't do this, man. I'm in here. You spend it for a while. Don't come back. Don't do this, man. This ain't you. Right. I was like, damn, good looking.
Now, who is this?
He let me keep 2 tapes.
Who is
for myself?
Who is this guy?
Some cool dude that worked as the guard and yeah.
But he knew who you was at the
Right. So it gets you out of things.
Right. Wow, that's deep.
Yup.
That's deep. That's deep. You know. All right, we're gonna go into this. You on drama, right?
I'm not on drama.
Which one you on? Bring up. What about Puffheads?
I'm on Puffheads, but it's hard to find.
Yeah, I find it when I'm looking under discography. That record label. Rappers and artists you never heard of.
Don't let the weight.
This is
on your weight off your heads.
Yeah, that was my joint.
But you can find it, but you can't find it on this, right?
I can't find it on YouTube.
Is it in Philadelphia Archives?
I tried to go to there again, and maybe it's in the record when you go to look up the records. If you go on Google and you look up the records and you see it, rappers and artists you never heard of. Interview. This is episode 8. Okay, this is with Emirj, aka
Hold up, Puffheads. We need to get this joint capped underway real quick.
Yeah. It's all hooked up. You know what I'm saying? Don Liberace, aka. So you watching this rappers and artists you never heard of. Yeah, so we here with my brother Emirj. And we're just going
on. Y'all, like I said, the new rap name, Maxxi-Mil-lion, Maxxi-Mil-lion, the Don Liberace project is out right now.
Yes.
The Tycoon era on platform streams, Apple Music, Orchard, it might be on Pandora.
Right.
Just Google it and you'll see the Tycoon era. You know what I mean? They all gonna pop up.
All right.
That's my album, my first album.
Right. So now let's go into, because like I said, we got a lot of joints.
Okay, you gonna get me up to the Stewie Newcomb stuff, or what stuff is you on?
That's where I'm going.
That's where you going. I'm sorry because I cheated by watching the paper.
No, it's all right. That's what I'm going into because
I'm gonna get into that.
Me personally,
I'm in a party one night.
Right, Go. You in the party?
I'm in a party one night with Saga, and I couldn't hardly see him. He dark skinned. It's nighttime, and then I'm like, yo, man. I was like, yo, you dark as Marcus. We joking with each other. Right. And I was like, yo, dark as Garvey. All right, I came up with him. I was like, yo, you can be dark as Garvey. Right. And he like, and we just was talking and back and forth. And then I came up with, fuck, I'll be Stewie Newcomb. You'll be dark. Right. I'm like, yo, somebody something. Then I came up with Huey. I was like, all right, Huey Newton. What rhymes with Huey Newton? Stewie Newcomb. Right. I got that kind of rhyme scheme from Malik. Right. He know how to,
that's deep.
Any 2 words he can just put together.
Doesn't he?
I was able to do that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be Stewie Newcomb. Right. But it was a joke. But we start doing it for real.
Right.
He was dark as Garvey. And I was Stewie Newcomb. We was Nasty Arsenal's mandatory. Originally it was niggas ain't militant. Right. Y'all niggas ain't militant. Right. Nam, that's what we was called. Nam, N-A-M. I ain't even gonna get into all that.
Right.
So when I came Stewie Newcomb, I was like, that's what I'm gonna use. Stewie Newcomb is gonna be my militant name when I address militant issues in rap.
Right.
So what I did with the Stewie Newcomb thing, I was like, run into the go into the Tower Records one day, rip in there, He like, yo, you ain't gonna have to worry about struggling no more. Like with music, our music all over the world. He shows me this magazine, Blue Magazine.
Right.
CD come in the magazine.
Right.
I'm like, yo, how did y'all do that? He just never would tell you how. He just like, look, he always just connected octopus arms.
Right.
So I was like, all right. I was like, all right. So I was like, I want to be a part of this. So he took me with these Quakers type people, individuals that promoted the same things we wanted, was freedom for political prisoners, things of that nature. You still got to watch your back. It ain't, people so happy saying it now, but we had civic police following us and everything.
Right.
And things was real. We protest, put our life on the line, basically. But one of the things I did, like I said, I handcuffed myself to the recruiting office to stop people from coming in. That was after I was with another magazine that I'll get into. But this was a magazine, Blue Magazine, BLU, Bruderhof Liberation Unit. A play on the Black Liberation Army. Bruderhof Liberation Unit. Magazine, cultural issues, spiritual issues, political issues, comes with a free CD. Whole type of life of ancient, old Quakers that they live.
Right.
Beautiful pastures, farms. Oh, we go up there, you have a ball. Used to go up there with Russell Schultz. Shout out Russell Schultz, RIP to his dad. I mean, who lived free, who made it out free. You know what I mean? He's free because he died, but they letting him out. They might let Mumia out soon too, God willing. But anyway, we that's how that magazine started.
And you guys had a fist.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm looking for puffed heads.
All right. Okay.
Don't let them folks around your way. Puff.
Because once again, those things are significant when you're talking about rappers and artists.
Go to Google.
When you're talking about rappers and artists that you never heard of. And this is not a lot of our Philly hip hop associates and people in Philly and our hip hop culture may know Emirj. But when we talking to a more global joint, it's not just the major superstars that run hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like we had artists that we had in Philadelphia. One wound up becoming a world-renowned Chops from the Mountain Brothers. Chops. I don't know if you're going to hear this, but shout out to Dead Pigeons, Adam 12. These are like white rappers and Chinese rappers. Rappers, MCs. You know what I'm saying? Chops, the Magnificent Butcher, produced some stuff.
Right.
Did some stuff. We did. Okay, Puffed Heads. Also called, I think it was because it was originally supposed to be Don't Let the Front Folks Around Your Way Puff Your Head. You be the owner of a hospital bed. I wanted him to cut that. There's a couple things I know how to do. Just putting music together. One thing I wanted a DJ to do, I was like, yo, can you do this? Lauryn Hill, cry for me, cry for me. I thought you died for me. Jay-Z, cry for my life, for my die for my hustlers. Cry for my life, for my die for my hustlers. Cry for me, die for me. I thought you died for me. My mind is like a 9 of double. Now there's trouble, Mallet. I was like, yo, if you could cut all that up, that would be an ill hook. But I never could get nobody to do it. Oh yeah, lyrically, we could go to lyrically.
So let's go to lyrically.
I did a song. This is the song lyrically we talking about. That we did with the Biggie sample.
Let's listen to this real quick.
Monk Sean Dawn, y'all. Monk Millions.
And this is Stewie Newcomb.
This is the Stewie Newcomb era.
So let's listen to this, y'all. Oh, it should be playing. Give it a second.
You got it down. It's turned down.
Oh, it is? Oh, hold on, y'all.
cool best rhymes, put them to the best rhymes. The law bless rhymes, the pole Elliot best rhymes. Wickeder than he walks with crossbows and 3 blocks. Bucking in the bag, then with street sweepers I can. Belligerent, ignorant cast, it wasn't digging it. I cope with clutch your rhymes and rip your ligaments. Get above a Lucifer, for you and Lucifer. It's a cold day in hell before you start using up. One-man SWAT team, Navy SEALs ninjas. I'm war speed while your suckers is moving ninjas. I'm the UPS applicant, we'll have to sense a Unabomber. Plus you jokers is like a comma. Kazi, I be subterranean. Hussein pack swords like wild Iranians. Spiritually, I rock shows and leave it dead. Cause lyrically,
oh, and I also was, saying at the same time, it's like, monk rhyme, that monk rhyme.
Look, the mother rap check 1, 2 and you don't stop. I back heavy metal to compare to punk rap. Axe screws up standing there like statues. The last two with the nuts like cashews. Never want it. My crew be America's most running. Talking it, but I'm living it and never done it. So how you want it? With my whole entourage blending in like camouflage and sabotaging collage. Doing your rap. You trying to have it? Imagine that. Bring the whole crew. I show you what I do. You're driving cats. The weak rhyme. You borderline. You couldn't make it once I get you to the point and no return. You can't take it. Goes to the ass. Got cameras like sledge roll to the roof, and you'll get caught up in the webs. You stack chips in the fly joints with back grips, just like Diamond D. And then that's that shit.
I'm not trying to say this to make it be on me, but can you play my verse again? Because it's something I want to think about to break down.
Yeah.
My part in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I got to remember what I was going to think of. I might not even think the That's a rhyme that came true. I said I'm the UPS applicant with half the sense of Unabomber. After that, I go to a meeting with the people from the magazine, and they have Unabomber's brother there. I meet this dude, Kaninsky's brother. Yeah, it was unreal. And he was the most peaceful, nicest guy. And he's like, well, my brother, he was like, he's a beautiful dude. Right. Like, he was great. Deep. And the way he was talking, he was like, well, I don't know, y'all understand. I was like, I understand. I was the only one to say it because everybody else was just looking at him. He was great. Like, this is the damn Unabomber. Yeah. I was like, oh, he's like my little brother, man. You gotta understand. Right. Wow. And he had Unabomber was wild dude. Right. That's deep. We about to see you in a minute, Colvin. Yeah, we about to come through. Yo, Chris.
So
how can we find Puckhead?
That's what I'm looking for right now. So once again, y'all, see if you can find. Go on Google. Once again, y'all, this is Rappers and my man Chris in effect, Armin Coleman. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Who that, Marty?
Marty. What's up, bro? All right. What's going on?
There's a lot of terribly dope MCs.
Oh yeah,
singers, rappers, all
right. You want to name a few?
I'm one of the singers and rappers. I don't know. I know. My man Elad.
Right.
I thought I seen Elad. I hope Elad popped up. That's Mom Sugger, which I didn't tell y'all about. That was another part of my life. Mom Sug Dojo, Mind of a Matter, Soul in the God. That was like a religion. That was like a religion.
Right. Who is Mom Sug?
Man, I was already, like I said, I was already around and in around Rip. Right. Through the meat, Corrupt, right? So then they already had a group, Mom Sub, right. Mind Over Matter. Right. I think the Soul and the God part come later. Right. Yuck Mouth, we had the original Yuck Mouth. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I just rap because I was used to at that time hanging around 100X. So I had all this fiery raps that I got kind of from them, from being around them. Right. So when anybody would ask you to rap in those days, they scream. Right. But I'm in this house. Right. So I started screaming. Rip was like, hold up. He's like, I told you to rap. You one of them fools? Because he called it demonic rap. Right. I can't stand demonic rap. Right. And he started rapping like that, and he killed me. Right. Yo, I was like, yo, this is crazy. He was like, we just started battling. We became the best of friends, man. Right. A lot of people, man, end up in this, man. The boy, shout out to Yonkers boy, Joe, and Aladdin. Right. DMX's little brothers. They rhyme in a cipher. First time DMX brother Joe come to us, we in the cipher. We on 15th Street, Love Park, shout out Love Park. Mm-hmm. He comes in the cipher like, yo, he like, yo, your mom, your grandmom jaw so big she could blow bubbles with now later. Right. So all the liners was one liner. This is when DMX, right. He watered down his style to be with everybody like now. Because he was like my kind of compound metaphor rappers is what I like. Right. I like Lord Finesse. I like Granddaddy IU. Right. And me and Snap, my friend Calvin, one of my first rapping friends that I forgot to talk about too, they were more advanced, and I was trying to be around them at the same time with Jay and all of them. So it was like, damn, if you could rap that kind of way, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, that was a way. That pattern. Right. We because I remember Snap was like, no, it's a pattern. It ain't no just be anyway. Get this pattern, and we just thought that that's the way to do it. Right. We don't care, because Russ, he had something like Ernest and Julio Gallows was the last word. That's something that you cook with or something. Mm-hmm. And Snap was like, yeah, you'll have more Ernest than Julio Gallows. But whatever. Right. But we remember we come up with punchlines first. Right. Then he was like, yo, how can I say that I'm about to you had to cross me, the Joker's a Jabberwocky or whatever. Right. So it would be a Joker as a Jabberwocky. Right. Everything that rhymes with Jabberwocky, right. We come up with me and Snap used to always get good one. Something, the girl was good. I dunked in her hinds or something. Whatever. But he always could get a good one. Yeah, Snap had them back to back to back to back. Like, right. Who? Me, Snap, Pat. Mm-hmm. I forgot what they rap group was called. Not the Philly Executioners. What was they called? Snap. It was Snap, Derek. Mm-hmm.
Singing Derek.
Emirj, Snap, and G's. Right. Derek wasn't singing at that time. He decided to rap. Right. He could do the R&B and the rap. Mm-hmm. But he started rapping. Right. It was Derek, Snap, Derek, Snap, and Pat and Eddie. And they made it to the Apollo. Right. All right, so now we're going to talk about how it went from Blue Magazine, right. Mom Sub, Dojo, mm-hmm. Chris, White Boy Chris, Oak Soraya. Right. That's when they came into the play. First, it was all multi-ethnic. It was blacks and Indians first. Right. Then Rip didn't really want to make it, but it was getting bigger, and he had to embrace everybody else. So, but they would do stuff like Rip was like, yo, like he worked with DATs and stuff like that.
Right.
They was like trying to be so organic, it was getting ridiculous. We want to only have djembes, and then we like, yo, this is hip hop. Like, come on, man. Y'all want to be before time. So they came out with a program called Fuck Dat.
Right.
DAT.
Right.
Man, I looked at Rip like, oh, no, these dudes did.
Right.
He like, yo, man. He would always have to sit them. You stupid man. He always would sit them down and have to teach them. This is nothing. You don't know nothing about hip hop. This is hip hop. Right. You're going too far. Right. Don't come to a bunch of black people at a show because it was we had a multicultural audience we started getting. Right. I never, like I told you, when I first saw the Roots, right. when I first saw Fugees, right. We Zorda Phonetic tried to get a deal, go in there. Two people I was jealous of. Nas, because they showed me the 8x10 of Nas, because I was a studio rap, always at Rough House, all that. Right. I'm looking like, hold up, this nigga sitting down, he representing, like, I hated. Right. I was like, yo, he had the liquor sitting down in the project. And I'm like, yo, he got a deal. Why is he still in the project? I just didn't understand nothing. Right. All I really was mad at is that he's my same age and he's getting it. Right. And I'm sitting there on the bus looking at it. Right. And somebody passed it to me. I'm like, hold up. I ain't never seen this at no Rough House. Who is this guy? Right. Then I never liked Akinelli because Akinelli talked about, we thought he said, I went to hell for stuffing Jesus. Right. At the time, like I told you, I was Muslim. This is when I'm in a group with Jay way back in the day. So I was like, yo, I don't like that dude, the Op. He called himself the Op, and he used this type of, every time I would always, he had a burp style. Right. So it was a gimmick. We liked it. Right. But I was like, I just forced myself not to like him because I thought he said something about hell and doing it Jesus. Right. So as I looked at the Nas joint, all right, Nas, damn, you got the haircut. This is the look you gotta have. Like, damn. Right. So then Fugees, when we tried to get it done, right. It's always somebody's 8x10 is a big deal back then. Right. The black and white glossy with the name written on it. So I'm like, what this dude got that I ain't got? I go to say, I'm like, yo, who's the dude talking about he killed Jesus and all that? Right. No, that wasn't him. That was not. Yo, I don't like that. Right. So bad that when Shaheem came out, I goes to get his album. I'm rocking to that joint. Right. I go to say crib, yo, I just got Shaheem album. I was joining his house. I seen that joint on the rack. I was like, yeah, but he could do this set. And I'm Muslim. He's like, man, you don't remember we went to the Zebrahead? We went to a party, Zebrahead soundtrack was playing. I was like, damn, do this kind of thing. I can't front on the dude. Right. So then he was like, yo, listen to this tape. Woke up 20 on my born day. My birthday, our birthday, same day. His is a year before. Right. So I felt that whole joint. Right. And I started just falling in love with this music. I was like, yo, I can't deny this. I only got it on tape now. I'm feeling dumb that I ain't buy it. Right. Gotta go buy it. Boom, Nas, yeah. Right. That's deep. Yeah, but that's getting on to the Blue Magazine. Right. Time's going bad again. Boom. After Rick told me about where the joint was, where the that they was gonna do that, took me up having dinner with the Quakers. With the Quakers. We having dinner with the Quakers, well not Quakers, but like the Quaker people. You could do the art called Blue, a character named Blue that got big. I mean, their magazine is in Germany. Their magazine is in the Tower Records. Their magazine is anywhere a magazine can be. Is Rick telling you this? No, this is Rick putting me onto this. Okay. So then when we go in there, he's doing his thing. He's engineering stuff. Right. He's making them. These are the type of good people. They'll give you $300 at the whim when you need it. When you could call them on the phone. Right. They had a 1-800 number. Payphones were still out, so you could call them, and they would. If you had a good enough reason, they'd be like, look, here. Right. And they give me the money. Right. I got used to that. I was like, dang, this is decent. Like $300 for nothing? Right. This is what we want you to do. Come up with, I was like, all right, I get it now. Y'all want me to do something every month. Right. So I did a character called Blue. Brutal Hall of Liberation. The Blue character comics start being popular in their comic boom. Right. They like that. Mario seen it from Mario Africa from Move. Right. And said, look, man, now as this is another time in your life, this is getting closer to the 9/11. Right. It's coming up. And he's like, look, we need you to do what you did for Blue. Do that for AWOL. Right. Do it similar to that. Right. We're Quakers here. They were defectors from the Hitler regime.
Right.
It's their family defected and protested against Hitler.
Right.
And came up with all of their compound living and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom, Christ living pure, all that kind of stuff. So to a Quaker organization at Friends Center down Center City.
Right.
Go there. It's a smaller publication, still the same format. We literally got a couple military people out of the military.
Right.
On their conscientious belief, a conscientious objective beliefs. So we was like protest form, and I helped pull one together with Kevin Ramirez. I remember him writing it, and we figured out like all together they really do that. I don't do that, but I just was a part of it there, helping him and seeing what he was doing. Right. Right. And he got a guy out the military. I was like, damn, this shit works.
So he actually.
But when 9/11 happened, nobody was in there but like me and Ripping Up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When 9/11 happened, dudes was shook Rogers. Right. Nobody was like, people was wanted to be more at home with their people. Only Kev and like Mario would be there.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right. And that's how Blue Magazine, how you became affiliated with Blue Magazine and AWOL.
Yeah.
At the time, you know. So
under the name of Emirj, yeah.
Emirj. So y'all, this is once again, this is hip rappers and artists you never heard of. Interview. We are here
and
with.
That's pretty much it, man. I don't have.
No, that's because I was about to end it. I wanted to. Yeah, we could.
Oh, we want to end it on Puffheads or something?
Yeah, I was trying to look
for
hear
bow tie rap.
See if you can find
bow tie rap.
So we are coming to the end of episode 8. So I got one more joint I was trying to look for.
Oh, you couldn't find Puffheads on.
I can't find Puffheads on YouTube, but I could find it on the record label. What's that right there?
Oh, what's the record label?
The record label was, if you go into what is it, Discography Records, or you know that where you can find all the vinyl. But I don't know if they had it as a sample.
Okay,
so,
okay.
All right, here we go, y'all. We can play one more cut. And what's the name of this?
Bow tie rap.
All right, this is bow tie rap. So just listen up, rappers and artists you never heard of interviewed. This is episode 8 with Emirj, aka Don Liberace. Let's play.
Yeah, y'all. Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Yeah, let's play this. Let's check it out, y'all.
Yo, see Emirj, Smarty McFly. It's a serious man. Falling back, he all lit. Yeah. She's one of the reasons upon us need a promise. You won't have to be your own to receive the Thompson. From Renaissance, jeans and grinders, please find us in the text that's in the book, like he's Muhammad. Pull like Elijah and the seasick comments. Projectiles aiming at the east of Banner. The best style claiming he's the beast of rhyming. But that's why the shame he ain't the keys to vomit. The styles keep fresher than the baby that's conceived in Ghana. Deceive them coming from a G's persona. The reach Nirvana. Smoking on the Geechee ganja. When you drop on the fell, hustling, long as he feels bitchin'. A maniac attempted to derail myself, having unknown of a well cousin. Since one of the well cousin, sneakers and shows, from the picking and out, fuck them. Speeches of real, listening with verbs and nouns. This is the best of testers, it's emerging pounds. In the courts, a bunch of jesters, bunch of herds and clowns. Animal rights, but like my die, refers to ground. Nourish the kitty cat rap, or refers the sound. I'm from the city where the rap snacks. First was founded to bring the witty rap back to its worst astounding. Now it says it for sure. No passion for war. It ratchet and four rhymes. Clasping your war. Blasting your morons. Zapping some more. Snatching your whore. From the passenger door. I left it there. Asking for more. That's simple rap. Your arms ain't the type to clap. Only one must they seem. Must the better. Like change. See times change. Why train for rapid ears to snatching up and stacking up some stacks for years. From hoopties to hats to the Wagoneers. It's the entrepreneurship all place turning still. But even though Pirellis ain't turning still, in the rap game, the snatch change and earn a mill. By Haak Blast, Green Bay, Packers, the rivalries. Criminals, cleansing foes, out of more pens and toes, on a quest for the endless dose, stupendous dope. You know I'm sending flows. Hey, yo, seen the end of those, man. Hey, Baker, Chase Fontaine, Emirj.
I'm gonna say this, y'all.
Run it down.
Assalamu alaikum to all my Muslims that's watching, man. Zayd, Zar, all my graffiti legends. Yes, sir. Shout out. We keep it most real here, but I wanted to analyze a little bit of this rap. Like
I'm glad.
I do this a lot.
You took.
I said from llamas and cells clutching, a maniac attempt to derail Michelle's husband. The system, the maniac attempt. Michelle's husband is Obama. That's all I kick it where you gotta think when you use it. It's a maniac attempt to derail Michelle's husband. I'm known to prevail cousins since Jonah the well buzzing. The Bible. All right, now what else I sent in there?
It's me and K.
I said it's called bow tie rap because I said I got pulled like Elijah that assist your comments. Projectiles aiming at your Easter bonnet. But I would say it's like I'm shooting somebody's Easter bonnet. I want my stuff is metaphoric. And I always talk about coming at the Pope and the Vatican and stuff like that.
Right.
I forgot what I said about the John. And the grand finale John, I think I said something about the Pope.
Yeah, I think you did. Because I heard that.
Missiles are scorched the Pope.
Yeah.
I be liking my little raps and stuff.
Nah, that's why I wanted to. That's why I be playing them.
All right, one more John maybe, and we can end on this John.
Okay,
we can end on this comical John that y'all gotta hear that I call. If you remember Perfect Strangers, is Barky Baltakamus. He was like an Indian dude. It's Barky Baltakamus and Fez from that 70s show.
Right.
So I call it Balky versus Fez. They're the same kind of character. Cousin Larry, this dude. So this is a funny song called Balky versus Fez, featuring my international compadre, Akan. Y'all know as Al Akan. The Don, man. I hope he's all right. Let's talk about ancient Egypt, but this is a friend of mine who literally touched the pyramids. He's from Africa. He knows the science too. And then when he went there, he was like, Emirj, I wasn't really impressed. Everything is dead. He was like, it's our ancestors. I'm happy to be here, but we need more of a presence. He's like, because I was telling them, but he's like, wanting to get his head chopped off, but he was coming to them like, look, no, y'all not touring me. He started touring them. Right. Yo, it was decent. When I saw like that, you finally there. You had the picture like this and everything. Right. And he's like, I wish you was here, brother. I wish you was here. And I wish I never lost my passport. But here's Balky versus Fez.
Right. Here, Balky versus. So y'all hearing this? We keep cracking up. Cats cracking up. Perfect Strangers. Yep.
Hold
up.
Got it. Hold up.
I'm trying to push it.
Hold on, I gotta put this joint on.
So this is rappers and while Emirj is pulling that up.
Stiggity. Balky versus Stiggity, y'all.
Rappers and artists. Check it out.
See me greedy at night, sneaking at night, sleeping, nothing but the weed in the pipe. Paparazzi probably got me, my sneakers is tight. I even investigated the real of the real. Scream, really feel. They wonder how really we feel. Coming at your collarbone and the kill skill. My salary too. My ratings going through. I'm taking us, it's saying maybe we ain't crazy. Baby on the same lady, got the promo shirts, you ain't crazy. Next time, special who we go, penitentiaries, peanut butter, hold it in the bowl. Nobody there, you see that's man, getting crazy. Baby on the same lady, got the promo shirts, you ain't crazy. Next time, special who we go, penitentiaries, peanut butter, hold it in the bowl. is really real. Ain't nobody feeling my football. Email or cell phone. Call to the building and what's real and real. Same thing in Frigidaire. Flex that. Tell for real. Same time, different age. Expo guys have the refrigerator. They spit my style candy. It's not the verse. And I'm on the back. I need the best. Right hands on the left. Taste from the same time, different age. Expo guys have the refrigerator. They spit my style candy. Forever be cold. It's not the verse. And I'm on the back. I need the best. Right hands on the left. Just keep up the rules. And big. So crazy. One of the last days. Some point of time. What's up? I got million words. My name is Triple A's. The grades. The digits on top of we get that.
He said he can't hear me. I'll tell you for barely hear
Everything that's been the same. Done these, that's all I've been saying.
Right, they said they couldn't hear it, so I must be a little freestyle.
All right.
They couldn't hear it.
So if you couldn't hear it, because Emirj want to break these down so y'all can understand the lyrics behind it.
I got it.
Boom. And once again, this is rappers and artists you never heard of. This is episode 8. This is part 2 of 8. Okay, and we're gonna break this down. I want y'all to always tune in every Monday at 8 o'clock. That rappers and artists you never heard of.
Oh, I ain't even gonna break down much of that. I said Chase Fine Tizzinator. Same time, different hater, cooler than an ice cold butt ice out the refrigerator. Like that rap was my attempt at like coming at an Eminem character. Somebody who think that they all over the place. I used to be all over the place. So that Chase spit heavenly flows. My style Candy. That was a secret way to say shout my girl Candy from DC. And then I had damn, I did a couple records too, because I did another record you put out, Superstar Hussein.
That's what I was looking for.
I shouted out
that was
but I'm gonna do this one.
Right.
I'm gonna do the Charismatic Charm jump.
Okay.
That I did with that we last recorded with we gotta shout him out.
Freddie.
With Freddie Beats.
Freddie Beats. Yeah, Freddie Beats. Do I have that? What is that in what is that? Did he put that up? Oh yeah, that's on the
but I'm gonna do it to
that's
this.
the video.
Here we go.
So listen.
Not Fast Lane. Why they ain't got no Fast Lane?
Well, I don't want them to mute our joint, but
oh, they would mute it if I use somebody else's instrumental?
yeah.
You can't use the instrumental?
Hey.
Oh, I'm gonna just do it live then. Yeah. Yo, the charismatic charm surpasses Wayne Newton. The kerosene the charm on the flashy chain Cuban. From Paris to Milan on the fastest thing moving. They cherishing the Don on the wax became Ruben. Sister started on the track that could actually flame Ruben. Rich butter in the back of a classic plain Ruben. A raw slice fly like fashion game Truman. When companions of Costanza react to the name Newman. I'm lamping in the stanza, relaxing in Vancouver. Did it well, I did it swallow Max like Grand Pooba. Don King status, niggas see me with belugas. I'm trying to see me all hot and steamy with a cougar in the Bahamas or with Bahama deer in Aruba, Wacky can, or even deep seeing in a scuba. Diver gear, lobby, yeah, the king of me a Cooper. Yo, the movie producer. You movies ain't used to. Yours Thule scores cuties just like Judy Tenuta. Medallions and this kid at the hootie I'm choosing. Woo! Coach ain't so big, so walk with oozes and rugas. My Foozy Ruby who be using the Ruba. She like amazing sex, raising that's goofy for goobers. Gravy pile, Grady style, good goobity goober. Got buku maneuvers when you moving with moolah. My rapping steez I have to be. Rapping these Yakuza, Mac the sneezing back of me. These whack MCs, Medusa, face stone, and the race song. Lapping sprees of the future. The lime greens, hand roll, grass and season I blew up. I read the aura, you see the aura, then read the Torah. The three menorahs, indeed I order new Deodoras. Emily Kamora, you witches get geese quick. Capped up by Nicholson, witches of Eastwick. He's sick, would you know I really rose and rap. I doze for naps. I dove in your cul-de-sac. Back smack you with lamb chops and frozen rap. Boss mode, floss mode attack. On the scene, I'm a star, the ravine of the mall. Linen from Spain, when seen at the bar, you was a queen. Coloring cream in the jar. I asked how she wanted in a glass of cup. She said I keep it 100, not a trashy smut. Don't gas me up. Crocs made from venison, the classy tux. Get out of here with your nasty butt. They singing your song. Singing, but you saying it wrong. You told the young John, let me play with your thong. I know what you thinking. All men is jerks and snap back on. Throwback mini skirt. Disco ball visions and velvet floors. Last week I had a waltz with Melba Moore. She was slightly twisted. I might spin plastic. Trick the light fantastic with Melba Moore. She's a diva for sure. Believe in the ball. Leave you in stitches like David Chappelle on a tour or Eddie Griffin. Ready whipping VIP room. Chocolate. Ready whipping like Muppets We Make Manhattan. Muppets, we take Manhattan. Fucking my dick was laughing. You know we make it happen. Assassin for sure. Passion for war. Ratchet and four rhymes. Clapping your bore. Zapping your neurons. Zapping for sure. And I'm snatching your whore from the passenger door. I left her there. F her there. Asking for more. The cycle rap. No, they ain't the type to clap. Only llamas they seen was the pet of Michael Jack. Time changed. Fontaine from Rabbit is. Time changed. Don came from Rabbit is. The snatching up and stacking up stacks for years. From hoopties to hacks to the wagoners, it's the art of inertia, gold place turning still. But even though Pirellis ain't turning still, and the rap game stats change to earning mills. Hood rats, good cats, and passion the side of immaculate riders. In fact, it's no lie. Fit hat, Green Bay Packers, the ride 'em. Criminals, friends and foes had them on pens and toes. On a quest for that oh man. On a quest for that Winston Churchill though. So invest though. Invest, bro. Don't be an imbecile. Don't let the wind chest blow. That's it, man.
Nice.
I fucked it up.
No, it's not good. Yeah, I mean, rappers and artists you never heard of. Episode 8. I'd like to thank everybody that was in and out that stayed with us throughout the whole time.
For real,
this is my
brother right here. Love y'all.
Definitely. Peace. This is Emirj.
Peace and my sister.
Joy is in effect. Yeah. Teddy Wade. Yeah. What's up, bro?
This was a hot one, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
I didn't get to say everything because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
When you're dealing with political rap, when you're dealing with modern rap, and then you're dealing with real MCs, they want to topple the state of rap now. Because rap now is a weapon used against your people.
Right.
It ain't even you calling it music. Yeah, I like this.
Right.
Whatever. I always say this to people. You know what I'm saying? Because we was been supposed to end. Whatever music where it's okay to call their mom a B, they're the hoe. And their race, like whatever race does this. Yeah, man, I'm a spick and I'm proud. No, you won't hear it. I'm a kite, man. Yeah. And they dancing and singing it. No.
Right.
We gotta change. We gotta do better.
Right.
But you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody saying fact. Well, listen. This is my brother Emirj. You know what I mean? AKA Don Liberace, right? Love you.
Maxxi-Mil-lion. Don Liberace. Every album I do a different name. It confuses my brother, but I'm one of them rappers with different names for the same guy.
I can't help it sometimes.
Stewie Nuke on Stewie New Hat.
Superstar.
But it's Maxxi-Mil-lion.
Right. My fault.
Don Liberace was my project that I was doing for the silly antic rap. Stewie Newcomb for the political rap. Chase Fontaine was a character. Ace Fontaine was another one. But all you got to remember now is for Don Liberace, Tycoon era album, Apple Store, Sony, all the platforms. Go to Google for that. Boom, you get that.
Yeah, definitely. So
you know what I mean. And then lastly, now it's Maxxi-Mil-lion. Anything I'm doing is under Maxxi-Mil-lion. Shout out to Saga, Non-Brigade, of course, my family. They should have said first.
Right.
Shout out to the whole Mom Sub.
Juicy J, I should get an Oscar for flow. Round Uzi spray, I took out impossible foes. Used to say, I know more than the doctor should know. Rose gold, cold rose, got the popsicle strokes. Gucci lay, even got the gospel clothes. Gucci play, hang around with gospels, yo. Tooth decay, niggas about to body alone. The group is gay, looking for a guy to come home. Who's to say, I'm living rockin' the phone. I can put it up John.
I'm just pasting in here for the people.
Oh, okay.
So, yo, I pasted that in there so you can go to Emirj's joint. You know what I mean? You can see it in there. Peace, y'all. We out.
Peace.